Break the Ice is going on a anti-bullying troll. I say Break the Ice, I mean Luke. He's going on an anti-bullying troll crusade today with American hack. I don't really watch their content. I have no comment on their content. Harsh. I've never even heard of them until Luke brought them up. So big ups Truth Bombs. But I don't understand well, I do understand it. Okay, I think Luke's like pretty sensitive to what's been going on the internet over the last few weeks, and I think he feels pretty much, like, how do I explain this? Like this episode's called "Why Do People Bully and Troll?" The mindset, right? So I guess we should do an episode with Darkside Field Detractors called "Why Do People Detract?" Because I think he's going to try and twist what we do on the internet with bullying and trolling, and I think what it is it's classic media control, reframing, and I think he's been told to do this maybe by Peter Faulding even. Like, it's about trying to make me look bad, but without directly pointing at me, poking at me, saying anything direct about me. You know, it's kind of pathetic, isn't it? Like, if he did an episode saying Super Chuff is bullying me and I fucking don't like it, then like that's a bit more on the nose, isn't it, for what he feels? But I'm not bullying him. I'm making legitimate critique, and nobody's bullied him, so why has he got this chip on his shoulder? And he says himself he's not being bullied himself. So it's just so transparent, isn't it? It's just all this pathetic nonsense about just don't feed the trolls, just don't talk about them, I won't even mention their name. Some channels, but I won't even mention their name. It's just so pathetic. It's like level 1 dealing with the internet. It's not really how you deal with things on the internet. It's not. Like, it's pathetic level 1. So it's going to be a bit of a car crash, I imagine. Like a bit of a... I don't think it's going to be that shit a show. I just don't think they're going to have much to say about anything. Like, who is Luke and who is Harsh to talk about that topic, really? Big ups, Cruel. So what we're doing today, Cruel, is we're going to be rushing for Shabruce. And, like, this is on at 10 o'clock at night. So I just want to make this clear, right? I had a question in my mind. Do I do a battery exhausted episode at the same time, or a Super Chuffer episode at the same time? If I do a Super Chuffer episode earlier in the day, then people might start watching it, and then this might come live later, and they might go, oh, well, I'll go and watch that instead. This might effectively step on my upload. I don't think it will, because Luke's like really quite insignificant compared to what I'm doing on Super Chuffer. But the other side of that is I could step on his upload. Like, I could go live on YouTube on either Super Chuffer or Battery Exhausted live with anything, and probably get more people come and watch me live than want to watch that. Because that's not going to be that fun, is it? So, yeah, Truth Bombs, I kind of agree with that, yeah. Like, that's it, like, tell it like it is, isn't it? I just think it's just nonsense, but for that reason, I'm not going to try and step on the upload. You know, it's not important to me to try and create this, like, online vendetta with Luke and try and make his life difficult. So I want to sort of talk about that and make that clear, is that I think he's thinking, Super Chuffer's going to be thinking I'm doing an upload, and what's he going to do? And it's like spy games. That's going on at their end with Peter Faulding and him and the way they behave. And that's why they're doing this episode, to try and like twist and shape a narrative online that's not really in existence. Like, Luke's a slimy fucker. He's been in our chat, he's been in other people's chats, like Andrew Stars a Wolf or other people who are friends of ours, and been saying, oh, you know, I'm a nice guy, aren't I? You know, sleazy little slime bag. He's trying to play an online game, and he's got his, like, these people that think he's lovely and like leave comments on his community posts. Some of them are fake, and some of them are Peter Faulding fans. Right? Some of them are fake Peter Faulding fans. We watched it again to show my support for Peter Faulding. Some of them are idiots and Peter Faulding fans, but some of them are like, it's like this pathetic sort of like this one. Looking forward to it, Luke. I bet this will trigger a few of the bullies who use their channels to gossip and nitpick at their targets. This discussion will be like a stab in the heart for them. Not for me, it won't. I think that's who you mean. I think you mean me. Don't you? Am I a bully who uses my channel to gossip and nitpick? I think you mean Battery Exhausted and the detraction and all that. What about doing an hour after his starts? I don't want to try and battle Luke on the YouTube 10 o'clock at night viewing figures. It doesn't bother me. But if I want to if you want to, you know, step on him, then what I do is I just start earlier, and then people won't go away and watch him. They'll just stay here and watch me, and then that's that. You know, We're over here on the B side here, like on the Twitch, because what we might do is we might just watch it and react to it, you know, detract it. Might have a look at it, but it'll be at 10 o'clock, and I don't know if I can be asked. And that's another like huge mistake from him. He thinks he's going to get a big American audience from Harsh's viewers, so he might as well do it later at 10 o'clock. But that's naivety. Let's just say that. He'd be much better off doing this earlier, and then Harsh's viewers could come along and watch later. But he's sort of putting off some of his British viewers, and what he's saying really is, I don't really care about the people who are here on my channel at the moment. What I want is new people from America. So, and like these people who think he's so lovely, like these people, like Diane Devon Mortal says, no bullying here. He's a big fan of fucking Andrew Tate. Luke is a bully. He's just a sly, like sneaky bully. Cowardly bully, that's what he is. He's the coward baby, the cry coward, the cry baby, the cry bully, that's what he is, the cry bully. ITV versus AD, Scott is ITV. I'm not ITV, I'm the BBC. I'm the good one, the reputable one. But that's like coming up later. I don't really know how to, or what to, what's the right word? Like, part of me thinks I should step on it, like, you know, do a good episode on Battery Exhausted or Super Chuffer and step on it, yeah? Part of me thinks I shouldn't, because I'm not, like, honestly, I don't care. It's not worth stepping on. It's not a threat to me in any way. It's just a laugh. But part of me feels, like, deliberately picked at by them. Like, you can see they're picking at me. Like, you can all see it. Like, it's not me being, like, paranoid or weird. Like, they're deliberately trying to be like, oh, we're rising above the bullies. I wonder who the bullies are. I wonder who the bullies are. And, like, just not stating it because they're, like, pathetic. Big up Silver Moon Warrior. So it's this idea, like I said, it's this Peter Faulding media manipulation idea that Luke's going to try and paint himself out to look like this great, noble character. And in doing so, Scott's going to get made to look like a bit of a, like, without saying Scott's name, even. He's going to get to look like a bad chuffer. And if Scott talks about it, oh, he's obsessed with me. But you're the one that's obsessed with me and what's been going on, because you're taking a true crime YouTuber and using them as leverage to project some sort of defense against being bullied. But you're not being bullied or trolled. You're just a dickhead. In fact, you did the bullying and the trolling when you called out people's names in your videos and, like, subtly threw shade at them and encouraged people from other channels to not watch and to come over here and going in the comments and saying sneaky nice things to people. But secretly, you're not nice to people because you're an Andrew Tate chuffer who thinks you're the best. Like, you don't want the same normality they have. You want them to project you into an extra echelon of specialness. How do I know it's aimed at me? Okay, so what happened is, I don't know if you've been following. Luke has never talked about this subject before, other than in relation to me directly, Battery Exhausted, in a video he did called YouTubers Bullying Other YouTubers, or it was a live he did. It's probably gone now, along with lots of other stuff that he deleted. But we know it happened, we saw it. He did an episode, maybe it's down here in the videos. Basically, he was calling me out for attacking Alan Vinicum. That's what he was doing on his video. So it's already been, like, he's removed it now because he's a, like, you know, uploader remover, hider remover. But he's had a pop at me for, like, being negative towards Alan Vinicum, like, called me a bully in one of his old videos. He's removed that now because he's a coward. But he's done that. You know, we all know he's done that. And then what happened is he did his stuff with Peter Faulding, and we critiqued it, like, fully hard critiqued it, didn't we? And then we put him on Battery Exhausted as well for being an idiot, for Cash for Questions. So his response to that is to do an episode about bullies and trolls, isn't it? But I'm not bullying him or trolling him. Like, I'm not over on his channel giving him shit in the comments. Like, I'm making reaction videos to his content, and his content is god-awful, and he's a right-wing hack. Like, he's worse than a right-wing hack, he's a right-wing wannabe hack. He's Peter Faulding's puppet, and he's selfish and self-centered, and he doesn't really care for anyone or anything that he pretends to care about here. It's all just an act so that he can try and get big on YouTube, because he thinks that he should be some special chuffer. So, yeah, it's completely cringe. That's the word, cringe. So tonight is going to be a hard cringe fest. But I don't even use the word cringe in modern parlance. It's so mid. But you know what I mean? If he hasn't named you, then you don't see it's aimed at you, plea of ignorance. I'm not trying to pretend to be ignorant. I know what's going on here. Like, the point is, right, Toffee, is that there's going to be people in the audience, his audience, the most naive people, who are going to go along with this and believe it and sort of suck up the, oh, Luke's getting bullied by Scott and Scott's a troll. And without him saying it, he's going to, like, what he's doing, he's going to say, here's point A, here's point B. You've heard of this other man. Here's point A, here's point B. Make up your own mind. And you're going to go A, B, C, A, B, C. And you're going to think of C. And then, like, you know, very clever media manipulation, that. But it fails when I simply call it out. So I've done that now. Yeah, he is an idiot. He is. Like, default response, contradict or call him out, you're a troll. This is the Alan Vinnicum playbook. You know, he's taking a leaf out of the Alan Vinnicum playbook. And I guarantee Luke and Harsh are not going to be people who have the life experience or expertise, sociological or psychological knowledge on how to really deal with trolls. I will guarantee they've watched a Jordan Peterson video or an Andrew Tate video or two, and they're going to word for word lift the principle from there, or a website. I think you'll find that if you go to, like, you know, how to beat online trolls, like that or something, you'll get a video like, you know, top 10 effective tactics to defeat the trolls. It'll be something like this, and they'll just like read something like this. They won't tell you that's what they're doing, but this is where they'll get their information from, isn't it? So, like, they're not, because they're not do you know what I mean? They're not see, look, number one, don't feed the trolls. So what they're doing in this episode is feeding the trolls. The whole episode's about the trolls. The classic internet adage still holds merit. Trolls thrive on emotional response to their provocation. Be the boss, no trolls allowed. So ban everyone, basically. Add moderators to your roster. Well, he's already done that. If you can't ignore the trolls, call their BS. Call their BS. They're not strong debaters. I'm a very strong debater. I'm the master debater. Master debater. I'm joking. Stay calm. He's got difficulty doing with that. Kill with kindness. Disarm them with their humour. Have friends on only social profiles. Like, it's not really an episode on YouTube, is it? Block, ban or report trolls. Like, saying this stuff isn't really content. It's boring. Unless Harsh has got some big story about how he was trolled and, you know, it made a big difference to his life and how he overcame it. It's not really an episode or a story, is it? It's going to be boring, and it's going to be Luke just trying to paint me out as a troll without directly being, like, brave enough to talk about me directly. The problem with Luke and what he's doing is that we're not trolling him. We're actually calling him out for his behaviour and his character and his content. So it's just going to make it worse what he does tonight. So realistically, what I'm doing is I'm watching from sidelines tonight, just seeing how bad it can get, because I think it's going to be bad. So I think most likely we do it here on Twitch. I upload it to Battery Exhausted as a, you know, critique lolcow video, and we just move on. I don't try and make a big statement on YouTube by double streaming at the same time or making a thing of it, because it's not a big thing. And we move on from that, I guess. What do you reckon? People think Luke's been bamboozled and brainwashed and that Luke's a nice guy and Peter Faulding has used him. To a certain extent that's the case, but Peter Faulding has used him because Luke is not a nice guy. That's why he's used him. People who are jealous and greedy, they're the ones you want to use, because they will do anything to get their own stuff. Like, you can provide them with money and the idea that, oh, I've got a big house and I've got a bar and I've got llamas. You want to be like me, don't you, Luke? We'll play the game and, like, take my advice, and Luke will fucking suck your dick. Like, that's because Luke wants stuff for himself. He's easier to play because you know he's not going to go off the reservation and go against you, because he's selfish. So he's always going to do what's in his own self-interest. And those people, as we watched on that documentary by Adam Curtis the other day, those people are easy to manipulate because your self-interest and their self-interest might align at times, and you can predict what they'll do because it's for their own self-interest. So the most easy person to manipulate is the selfish, and that's why Luke is being manipulated by Peter Faulding. But he's going along with the manipulation. You know, he's playing into it. He's playing along with it. He wants it to be like that because he wants to be like that. And also, he's got nothing to say for himself. Like, if you look at Sean Atwood, someone who made it big on the podcasting world, doing exactly this episode some 10 years ago now, not 10 days ago. If you look at Sean Atwood had a life story. You know, he had experience and things to say. So his approach to podcasting was interesting because of his life story and things like he was ingratiated in that in criminal underworld. So he had a lot of criminals on, and you know, like if you look at certain people who are successful, like Joe Rogan was a kickboxing champion who had a stand-up comedy career and had done television. So when he started a podcast, he had a list of guests and people to get involved, and you know, he had a lot of interest in his own self. You know, he had MMA that he was interested in, comedy he was interested in. That was what built the podcast. Not Joe Rogan just talking to someone else who's interesting. Like, being a podcaster is not simply just, I'll get interesting people on and they'll do the work for me. That man's interesting, he can do the talking, I'll sit here. Like, that's not what it is. And Luke's a terrible interviewer and has nothing to say. So I don't think there's any future for him as a social commentator, because his social commentary is awful as well. He hasn't learned anything about society from any education standpoint, and his comments are just stuff that he's been fed through people like Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate. You know, he's not an original thinker with things to say, so he's kind of useless. So I don't have to worry, like, you know what I mean, in terms of, there might be a battle between Scott and Luke on YouTube. No, there won't. Because Luke is never going to be able to step up to the level to be part of the conversation. He's only in the conversation because I talk about him and ridicule him. Like, it's only because of the Peter Faulding stuff that anyone, like, he'd ridiculed me in the past on his show and I hadn't even heard him say it because I didn't care. Like, it was only when we talked about Peter Faulding and someone said, he's made a pop at you earlier and I was like, did he? And we went and looked at it. So he's deleted it now, but as far as I can see anyway. But jumping from topic to topic to see what draws numbers, yes. But also he's being, like, you don't think that this ex-Detective Scotland Yard guy, John Wedger, pushing that narrative has come from nowhere, do you? How's Luke got him on? Like, some of the people are going to be fed to him by Peter. Like, he's still going to be Peter's puppet without Peter being overtly on the channel in lots of different ways, because he still follows the same politics and nonsense as Peter. Like, bizarre. I mean, I haven't looked into this guy from America and like how he's glommed onto him, a true crime person with bigger numbers. But Luke can't just jump from topic to topic completely like Curtis Media, because he doesn't have like a brain to do so with. And then Curtis Media as well, I see as a bit of a glove puppet for the right wing again. Like, he's gone from Nicola Bulley to just hard right wing propaganda. So like, they can all fuck off with that, can't they? But no, I do agree. In a way, I do agree. You know, for Luke, it's a desperate hunt for numbers to equal moneys, to equal status, because he's got a problem in his life with who he is and what he's doing. You know, that's not a good place to join YouTube. It might lead to success, because there are different kinds of success on YouTube, and an aggressive, selfish, Randian approach to desperately doing whatever's best for you might pay off. Especially if you can camouflage yourself as a sort of social chameleon, pretending to be nice to everyone, pretending to be a good guy all the time, you know? Especially if you can do that. I mean, the man's definitely affected by all this, isn't he? Like, he's definitely, like, affected. Do you know what I mean?
This powerful heater can heat up...
We're going to get Shavuos in a minute, and then we're going to play that game where you're walking about in the corridors, son. But I'm giving you my overview. Something I'd like to point out here as well, that I don't understand myself as a choice. People have already said your background looks like the Masons, yeah? So why would you wear this jumper with this, like, eagle that looks like a Nazi eagle, and then this chain around it? People are going to say you're on the side of, like, some clandestine shit there. But later on he puts on his jacket because he gets cold, right?
People that are doing the bullying, because this, like I said in a video, who is bully you? You need to rephrase that into an English sentence.
That's nice, isn't it?
Helplines and advice numbers will be linked in the video. Also, as well, we're going to put some numbers there. We're going to put some numbers there for people that are actually...
I wonder, like, he's so sensitive, yeah? I wonder if a campaign of not trolling, but just bizarre behaviour, like, would just completely throw him off as well. Like, I wonder if a bunch of people went in his chat and started talking about My Little Pony, whether he'd just be all right with people just talking about My Little Pony. You know, sometimes we've got chat going on above my head. I'm thinking this because it's a Dark Side Phil thing. Dark Side Phil can't tolerate people talking about other things, like the narcissist in him won't sort of handle it. And I wonder, like, Luke found it very difficult to just deal with chat before, didn't he? So I wonder if, like, a bunch of people going in there talking about My Little Pony, for example, he might get eggy with them and stuff like that. You see, I'm not suggesting we should all go in and try and troll Luke, and I don't think that it's I'm not suggesting it because I don't think it's number one, it doesn't help anything. It doesn't help me in any way, and like I know that he's going to react badly to people jumping in there. He kind of is, what's the word? He's baiting it, isn't he? He's kind of baiting a bunch of people to turn up in the chat so he can go, okay, it's happening now, right? This is how you deal with it. Look, like, and I'm not suggesting you do this because I don't think it would. For me, I think it's better if he just has bad numbers and just struggles, and it just the reality of what YouTube is for someone who's not very good at it. I'd rather just see the reality and not have to be a player in trying to orchestrate his Machiavellian downfall, because it's, number one, too easy, and number two, I'm not arsed with it. Like, I'd rather just let it be what it is. I don't have to do anything. It's a garbage fire in itself, so it's going to burn itself out. But and also, you go in his chat, you know, you say hi and stuff like that. You know, he's going to twist it all to get like, oh, Super Chuffer organised a thing or whatever. You know, he's going to. What he wants is to be able to turn around at the end of this and say, I was proved right. Super Chuffer is bad. Look, we proved Super Chuffer is bad. That's the whole point. It's a character assassination from the Peter Faulding camp, disguised as content by Luke, isn't it? Because Scott's calling out Peter Faulding, yeah, isn't it? At the end of the day, like, that's what it is. So he's expecting and hoping for us to turn up, like me to do a thing on my YouTube and talk about it and turn up and all that. And it's not, it's beneath me. It's going to be just a bad episode of YouTube, really, from two people who have got nothing really to say on a subject that one of them feels quite personal about. It's just pathetic, isn't it? So yeah, I'm not suggesting, when I said that, I wasn't suggesting let's all get together, and like, I haven't posted in Discord and trying to organise a crew or anything. That would be ridiculous. One thing I do think he's in danger of treading on, a landmine he's in danger of treading on. And you know, Luke, you might be watching this right now. But a landmine I think he's in danger of treading on. And if I were you, Luke, I wouldn't be a coward about this. I'd fucking stamp on this landmine and see what happens. But there's a lot of people on the internet who don't consider themselves bullies, but when they hear people like this doing shit like this, they consider this to be a lolcow. We looked at it yesterday. We looked at what is a lolcow. We didn't look at what is a detractor. But I think this is pointed at the battery exhausted style of content, and therefore Luke is going to step on the landmine of saying something bad about the behaviour of people on the internet who, on things like Kiwi Farms, and Luke hasn't got a Kiwi Farms page right now. He's not a lolcow straight up right now, yeah? But if he was foolish enough to anger the people who wrote those pages, yeah, then he might get one. I don't write them. Some other people on the internet, like, he might attract more attention to this, and then, like, I'm here for that. Like I said, I'm here popcorn watching, thinking, oh my god, waiting for him to say something that causes the attention of the, like, you know, if he had a pop at people who said, if he mentions the word lolcow, for example, and he's going to want to, because he's going to need to address it, because that's an aspect of what we're doing, that, you know, you can't just say I'm a troll. You can't just say people are trolls, and then allude to battery exhausted, but not addressing the fact that we're detracting lolcows who are bad people, you know, then, but, you know, if you want to set yourself up as the crusade against lolcows and detractors, then you're a fucking idiot. But Luke is a fucking idiot, so we'll see. Do you know what I mean? This is a get your popcorn ready. I should do it on Battery Exhausted ready. Like, really shouldn't I? And I still could. Like, it's only 5:30 now, so we can totally decide what to do later. But part of me is saying, ring, 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 in your head, this is a Battery Exhausted episode. But also it's saying that I could get shut down because you could copyright strike me while I'm live. I could fight it and win, but I'd be off the internet while I was fighting it. So, you know, playing games here, aren't we? Playing games. So I think I'm much, much better at what I do and knowing how to do it. And it's not like I have to rise above it. I'm already above it. I have to decide whether I want to come down to it, and I don't. I'm going to stay up here, thanks. So what we're going to do tonight, like I said, is we're going to fight for your right to chivalry. We'll do that next. And we've got the walking simulator game, which is going to be fucking cool. If I cover it here, you have to give him the view. Doesn't mean you have to put it to YouTube. Yeah, exactly. It's like covering it, isn't it? Keeping an eye on it. Like, there's not... I really don't think there's, like, much mileage in me critiquing it for YouTube as an episode. Like, I don't think there's much mileage in it. But as a lolcow, as like an emerging... Like, to me, obviously what's going on with Luke is he's hard set on the right wing, puppet of Peter Faulding in some way. And this is some sort of chess move by him to try and paint me in a bad light on the internet by trying to mischaracterize what Battery Exhausted is about in some way, but not hitting it head on, but by sort of talking around the subject. You know, we all know what's going to be going on there, yeah? And this is the sort of game of, like, someone like Peter Faulding and his short-sightedness in terms of how the internet works and public opinion. This is the sort of thing that they would do in the tabloids or the, you know, like in the 80s to slur people's character or to create a conversation about something that makes someone look bad in a third indirect way, and it's sneaky politics. So no, I kind of see it for what it is. You know, he's talking about me. He's not going to be talking directly about me. He's doing a live stream to talk about bullies and trolls, but like without, like, obviously he's already in the past talked about my channel Battery Exhausted as having bullying and trolling Alan. Like, he's already set an agenda and a tone on his channel that he's now deleted, where he said that Super Chuffer is essentially a bully or a troll, yeah? And the idea is that the reason we don't like him or Peter Faulding is because we're troll bullies. Like, do you know what I mean? And it plays into his hands that we do the lolcow stuff on Battery Exhausted in that conversation. Like, someone like Peter Faulding or his media people, or even in some way Luke in his naivety, would have looked at that and said, right, you know, I'm going to be the noble hero and he's going to be the bad bully and the troll, and we're going to do a special live stream not talking about the bad troll, you know, and they're going to get on there, and to some extent me even talking about it like this is his, you know, oh, I'm in his head rent free, look, he's talking about me on his stream. Do you know what I'm saying? So I believe that's you know, and like that also covers our whole social. Are you meowing? You coming in here just chilling out, or are you meowing? That covers, like, you know, a lot of other channels, like, you know, Armchair Detractor, Slinky Socks, Regardation Police, Jamie. You know, anyone can be tarred with that same brush now, can't they? And while he won't overtly be, what are you doing under my feet? While he won't overtly be like going at people, like as he has in the past, he will be creating a context and a setting where it's like what Hitler did before the Jews got put in the gas chambers. It was like setting out a series of examples of social problems and saying, oh, how can we deal with these social problems? If only we knew how to deal with these bad things that were going on. And someone in the audience goes, why don't we get rid of the Jews? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like that sort of thing. And they go, oh, really? Do you think we should? Oh, maybe we should. If the people are asking for it, right, get them on the trains. Luke has an agenda. None of his content is about bullying or trolls, is it? Until he talked about me explicitly in one of his past videos. So we're talking about Luke and Break the Ice, who was the one that platformed Peter Faulding, and then Peter Faulding looked really bad on it. We critiqued it. So he's built it up as well. He's like, you know, he's done his live stream about it yesterday or whatever. A very important message, mental health, trolls, and like he's doing a live stream tonight with a slightly bigger true crime channel from America, who I don't watch called Harsh. And instead of doing an interview with Harsh about true crime topics and YouTube, they're talking about why do people bully and troll? And that's tonight's special episode. Followed by tomorrow, my honest thoughts on Peter Faulding. He does not deserve the hate. So like, there's obviously some sort of connection going on here, yeah. And it's also interesting that Luke's previous video drop, this guy John Wedger, is some people, you know, critique his story in some ways, I think, or whatever, but it's about stuff that Sean Atwood, when he first got going on YouTube, had a series of guests, and John Wedger was one of them. Like, and it's like, you know, where do you get into John Wedger, and how are you suddenly talking to this man, this ex-Scotland Yard detective, John Wedger, who's going to expose what's going on, and who has exposed what's going on in the past, but some people were like, is that what's really going on? It's just a weird one, that, like, in connection with, I'm not going over it again now, but it's like a Peter Faulding move set. I can see the media behaviour here. So my understanding of it is that overtly it's nothing to do with Super Chuffer or Battery Exhausted, yeah? Yeah, it's nothing to do with that, is it? It's nothing to do with the fact that on Battery Exhausted, if you have a look at these videos, there's like, you know, Luke features in not questions not for cash with Luke, and Luke stands by cash for questions, you know, those disaster streams, they're members content on the stream, and Luke likes Andrew Tate, that's there. We still haven't finished, we didn't upload or review his opinions on Sam Smith being they them and how they them can get in the bin sort of thing. You know, Luke's political opinions and desire for greed and wealth and etc. make him very easy to manipulate, but also it's this thing where people have, if someone's got selfish aims and goals, you don't have to necessarily manipulate them, you could just offer them what they want and they're easier to like direct in that way, because like he's kind of like a two-faced, like yeah, like, so because he's been exposed on Battery Exhausted, like literally exposed for his character there, and then on Super Chuffer, obviously the Peter Faulding stuff, like Luke platformed an interview with Peter Faulding. I didn't cover the actual interview in great detail, but the after effects, the Q&A, the live Q&A, the full react, I did that, and that's a 7-hour stream on Super Chuffer, a proper one. Peter Faulding's doing a live Q&A, I'm critiquing what Peter Faulding's doing. So, you know, those things make Luke look pretty bad as well. So I think since that's happened, organising a special live stream where you can have a pop at the bullies and trolls without overtly doing what you definitely don't want to do, which is to come on stream and say, oh, I mean trolls and the bullies and the trolls, because that makes you look like, you know, a lolcow. Don't feed the trolls, but instead do a massive live stream event, which is going to be a big flagship piece on your show about how to deal with bullying and trolling for everyone else that's dealing with bullying and trolling, because you yourself are not having to worry about bullying and trolling. Luke says, I'm not getting bullied, he says, but other people on the internet are, and it's about time we took a stand, because if we're not careful, someone's going to commit suicide over this, he says, not understanding what happened to etiquette or anyone. So yeah, I know it doesn't matter. Listen, that's why it's like off the bottom of my radar. I've said this earlier, is that a few months ago he did an episode where he called me out on bullying Alan. I'd completely missed it. We didn't even talk about it. It went unnoticed. It's only since he's been doing these episodes with Peter Faulding, and there's this added political level now of like having Peter Faulding in his, you know, in his ear, doing the Peter Faulding live, going to fly Peter Faulding's helicopter with him, you know, going to Peter Faulding's like
I always say like
base and hanging out with Peter Faulding and all this. It adds this other weird layer to it, where Luke on his own doesn't have the sophistication to you know, to be anything of note to me on YouTube. But Luke, with Peter Faulding telling him what to do and setting him up with this guest, and why don't you try and say this, and we should make him look bad this way, you know, that's a different matter. Peter Faulding won't overtly do things himself. Like, he doesn't do that, does he? Like, he uses people like Luke online. He already has for a different reason. So, you know, it's only just like literally just a month after they had their pants pulled down and smacked on the internet for looking well wrong. So I just perceive there's going to be some, like, this is like a chess move against me in a subtle way, isn't it? Like, it's certainly not a chess move to try and make his channel grow. Because, like, what the fuck? But it's the day before he does Honest Thoughts on Peter Faulding. So, And he's doing it at 10 p.m. because he says the American audience for Harsh are going to join him. So what he wants is Harsh's people to start following him. It's one of those collabs where all your people will start following me. And he doesn't worry as much about the UK audience watching. But also it ensures that it's unlikely that he's going to meet much competition on the streets of YouTube, because most people have, like, the main time for streaming in an afternoon evening session for the UK is between about 6 to 10, so it's like right at the end of that. Is a harsh reality in the UK? Well, Luke's been saying that it's going to be lots of American people watching. This is harsh. This is just the latest. Like, to me, obviously I'm not going to be watching this, like I said, because doing a new video every day about Brian Koberger, or like at least the thumbnails are reasonable. I don't like the big words, but like every fucking day a new video about the Idaho 4. It's one of these like true crime grift channels, not grift in terms of give me your money, please, like grifting, but just like making sure you've got a new video out every fucking day. I mean, fair enough, he gets 20k views on the videos average, but like I can't watch a new video about the Idaho 4 every day. I don't intend to, I never will. I don't know if you're finding out new information every day, or you're just able to do a new video every day because it's like, every fucking day though, look. Every day, sometimes 2 times a day, a sort of 10-minute video about the Idaho 4. And then does he do lives as well? He does lives as well. So it looks like he probably does a weekly or 2 weekly lives and then makes clips out of them as the videos. That's probably what's happening. Live, the Trolls of the Idaho 4 case, 20 hours ago. So my guess is he's doing this, and then that's making those clips, because I can't see he's, making a video every day. No, so this is harsh.
Keeping safe. I had a few people, evil CJs in the house as well. Hello, my friend.
Well, he's not fucking American. No.
Go and check out if you haven't already.
Oh, I know what it is. Because he covers the Idaho 4 case. Like 80% of his viewers will be from America. And he won't have such, his demographic will be American, regardless of whether he is or not. Like I said, I'm not interested in the Idaho 4 case. Like, who is? The Americans. So that's what it is.
And what was I going to say? Yeah, well, some people were emailing saying, I hope you're okay with the floods. I haven't even seen any floods. There's a few puddles. I
mean, I haven't got any cause to critique his content. I'm not here to critique Harsh as a YouTuber. I don't know who he is. I just, like I said, from what I could see on his channel, I didn't watch these videos because I'm not going to. Let's just click the latest video on the videos list just to confirm what I was thinking then. It's clips of his thing, is it?
How is everyone? I hope you are all well.
No, this is an actual video, isn't it?
This is just a quickie with Harsh. And
so what it is you run a stream, and to make, further content and stuff, you literally just jump on and do a video every day, just talking something. And is it possible that you've got something new to say every day? Or is it a little bit of the AD effect there where you haven't, but this is what YouTube's like, new video every day. Yeah.
You're looking amazing, by the way. Absolutely amazing. How do you do it? Midweek hum. It must be because you now got to this point and you think, you know what, we're halfway there. This is now the home straight, and start perking up a bit. Mondays suck. Wednesdays you're getting towards, where you want to be going. But anyway.
I don't work on a weekly schedule like that, so your sycophantic blowing smoke up my arse isn't going to work with me.
Stop rambling, Harsh. Get on with it. What are you talking about? This is video 2 of 2 for the day.
Also,
I try and bang 2 out in a day.
Yeah,
most
you do.
Days.
Right, there you go. You try and bang out the content, yeah. It does make me wonder if this guy has checked out Luke and his credentials and what he's getting into. Like if he just sort of agrees with his Andrew Tate video and position on Sam Smith and stuff like that, it makes me wonder if, do you know what I'm saying? Like when people work with Alan the Armchair Detective, it makes me wonder the same thing. Like, why would you, after you've done a quick couple of Google searches on that? But
much to some people's hatred and other people's love.
Oh, okay. He's already got his own trolls. Look, because most people on YouTube, even in the detractor community, there's a conversation about people who bang out too many videos a day. There's a particular streamer who I think is quite a good content provider, Duty Streams. I don't want to start a fight with Duty Streams. Actually, they're quite friendly with me behind the scenes. Duty Streams, but I've seen on the detractor sphere this critique that Duty Streams floods the algorithm. Because there's a new video, look, 23 hours, 18 hours, 4 hours and 32 minutes ago, and they're all 10 minutes long. But for me, I think there's actually a positive to this, which is that they do flood the algorithm, so Darkside Phil and his stuff doesn't. They own the algorithm better. And on top of that, some people want to watch an hour-long stream where, like, for me, I like watching a 3-hour stream of Detractor Beam where we have a good laugh all the way along and watch a load of stuff. Other people just want to find out what he said about this one thing, and what just happened today on the stream. What's the worst thing that he did today? So quick little videos, 10 minutes long, also fill a different space on the YouTube space, and there's space for everything. So Duty Streams has been accused of uploading, like, this is where I understand this whole concept and conversation from. So this guy's already, in the first 10 minutes of this video, I'm just checking him out for the first time ever, bear in mind, and I do come with a bit of a like, hello, you're Luke's new friend, right? But you've got your own trolls because you're slamming out videos that people maybe don't think have much worth, just to sort of push the algorithm, and your content might not be, like, maybe the content is diluted in some way, but you are managing to increase in subscribers and view numbers because simply by either working really hard or banging out some trash, and you've already got people who don't like it. Fair enough.
I'm going to keep doing it.
You're going
to annoy those who don't like it.
You're going to keep doing it to annoy the people that don't like it, which is a huge mistake. I'm going to ignore a swathe of the audience that don't like the way my upload schedule works to their, like, because if you're subscribed to him, like when you're subscribed to Ganji Kid, Super Chuffer or Battery Exhausted or whatever, like, you don't get like lots of nonsense in your inbox all the time. Like, you get solid content. You're like, oh, that's a good one. But if you're subscribed to him, you get like, oh, I don't, like, today already I've had 3 notifications from him and it's all nonsense. I don't want to watch it. I'm going to unsubscribe. Can you please stop doing this?
But anyway, what we're talking about, we are going to be talking about the Idaho 4 case, but we will be giving the Idaho 4 case a break tomorrow, unless something groundbreaking happens, unless something does pop out and goes mad, who knows? Well,
because from what I've seen, there's nothing left for you to say about it. Every single fucking fragment of information has been made into its own 10-minute video across the last 6 months of your channel.
As possible, but today, what we're talking about, because earlier on today we was talking about the facts and the trolls and how those two go together, which was off the back end of a live stream that I did yesterday. So if you missed the live stream, do head over, and don't forget also...
So this video is an advert for that. Are we going to get to the point yet?
Tonight, did do a reminder in the first video. I'll do it again here. I'm over on Break the Ice channel.
See, this is, you say maybe it's not worth watching, but it is. This is like the birth of a lolcout. This is like, these are potential lolcouts. Like, the behaviour is just so desperate.
Tonight on live. That is 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Like, he's obviously got some sort of vendetta against some trolls already. So,
which is 10 p.m. British time, UK.
Do you know what I mean? Don't feed the trolls. But so far, we're 1:30 in, and what I'm led to believe is that you've got trolls, and it's because of the way you do your content, and you're refusing to listen. You're not going to change your content. And then the Idaho 4 case has got its own trolls as well about the facts of the case. So we're going to be talking trolling on Break the Ice.
So if you don't want to miss
we've got to watch
there, and I will put a link
theoretically, I have to as a content creator as well, but I'm already feeling tired of it, to be honest.
Description to a video on that channel, so you can go and check it out and prepare. But anyway, some people were talking about Brian Coburg. They reach out to me and they're like, all right then, what would you need to see in terms of, we're talking about facts and the stuff that's out there, what would you need to see to make Koberger guilty? What would you need to see? And I think that that's a bit of a given, really. What?
So this is a nothing burger of a video, yeah? It's like a YouTube comment turned into a video. It's a way of talking like about hypotheticals without any, like, this isn't true crime content. What would you need to see to convict someone? Well, I've done a full video on what is evidence as part of the Nicola Buddy case, and that gives you all the list of all the, you know, grow up. Like, you need to create a set of evidence that points to the, like, it wouldn't be like, I need a photograph or I need a video. Well, I need a weapon. And it's not that. It's that a jury of the peers would convict someone based on a case with supporting evidence, be it circumstantial, direct, testimony, you know, all that. Like, that's the answer. I'm interested in the trolling aspect now, like what's going on with the trolls. Live, the trolls of the Idaho 4 case. I mean, he's done a lot of these things, hasn't he? Like, it feels like in true crime crime world, you can gather momentum because there's a lot of people out there who are just like, would watch. Well, there was a lot of people out there watching like Alan and loads of other, like, there's people out there with channels worse than Harsh that are just talking a load of fishwife nonsense, you know, always hypotheticals, loads of questions, never getting any answers, and they get views. So, like, he's got his position in it all, hasn't he? He's got his numbers, but so far I'm not seeing any, you know, I'm seeing all the image, like, it looks right, but there's no like deeper content underneath, really. But I haven't looked deeply myself. Whoa. What I just saw was like a load of conjecture nonsense for a video. I bang them out 2 a day.
Did Brian Koberger pinged in the area? He didn't ping in the area. His phone was not transmitting to a transmitter.
Oh, it's not this stuff as well. It's like Alan, like going over and over the same old points again. Like, if you've done it already in a video, like, you can move on. You don't have to keep
Content.
talking to chat.
Trolls and warriors are like third cousins twice removed. So I don't really talk to a lot of my family.
I don't even know what he's good, like talking to chat, basically.
Break the Ice channel. The interview very recently with Peter Faulding. All right. Huge interview. And yeah, should be good. Should be good. But I will be doing a couple of videos during the day tomorrow with a couple more reminders, just in case people miss it. We are not allowed to ask questions anymore. We are supposed to be sheeple. Yes, we are. Is it Tom McDonald? He done that song, Sheeple. Brilliant song. But yeah, still 9 minutes till start time. Yeah, we thought we'd jump on a bit early. You know what it's like. Sometimes it's good to be early. Sometimes it's good to be fashionably late. Harsh, you are the go-to channel for unbiased coverage. I'd say I'm unbiased.
Of specifically the Koberger case. He's just sitting there reading comments. So is that because he said he was 10 minutes early, but he's already 15 minutes into the stream? I'm a bit confused.
Pixie Dot was gifted a membership by Dixie in the Mountains. Dixie is gifting some a membership minutes and been pretty much of a no-show.
Like, he's just talking. What's going on?
Live. So all I see is the comments coming in, and I try and do is I try and go back to comments that are the longest ones. So I do go back to the people who have been waiting. Just gets too much, and the other content creators in here will tell you. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy to keep up. But Mrs. Harsh is going to be helping me very soon.
Is this a live stream with the content?
I'm being here to be a...
No wonder he's not clipping this into videos.
Be me. You know what I mean? That's it.
Maybe he's done some... Like, they all seem to be pretty happy about him, so maybe he's done some stuff that's, like, you know, to do with the case in some description. Like, look, here he appears to be talking about the actual murders.
Not saying it is, but Anyway, before we lose train of thought, look, we're back to Idaho. We've gone all the way back to Idaho, and waiting on forensics. Now, this place is going to be a bit of a nightmare in terms of forensics. And let's have a look why. Because they're basically saying now, look, that this place...
Feels very Alan Vinnicum, doesn't it? Well, it's all Idaho. It's all Idaho. It feels very Alan Vinnicum in certain circumstances. I mean, who am I to critique? But I feel like this is just like that true crime world that I'm not really interested in, because it seems like you need a reason to come online and talk every day, and so this is the reason. But whether you're getting somewhere and learning new stuff, doing some research and bringing new stuff out, I'm not certain. Reacting to the news every day, that's a choice, and that's like, there are a lot of successful true crime channels that do that. Some of them literally read the news all day, but it's not for me. It might be for other people.
Chile.
And let's be clear, there are some really good true crime channels out there, like True Crime Rocket Science, who does really interesting research. He's written several books, and he doesn't feel the need to like just make a video every day simply because you need to fill a void. But he has something to say about all these different cases through research, and there's other good crime channels as well that do that. So it's not necessarily just that I'm like down on the whole concept. Like people like Jim Can't Swim, they put psychological, they know a deep, like the people that make the Jim Can't Swim channel obviously have a grasp and a deep grounding of not only psychology but the psychological process of dealing with criminology and criminals. So they make their videos with actual footage of the interrogations and tell you and show you stuff you've never seen before. But I don't think I'm necessarily getting that from someone like Harsh there. Don't know why we're doing this now. I don't even know why we're waiting for Break the Ice. What's the point? There's 3 people in his chat. There's 10 waiting. It's a non-entity, this. You give him the Dimac Death Touch. It reminds me of a series of books by a great author called Robert Rankin, who used to reference the Dimac Death Touch sometimes. The Dimac Death Touch is a brick around the back of the head while he's not looking. The Dimac Death Touch is like a short piece of metal, crack him in the knee. Like you've got a better chance of breaking his knee than his jaw, I think, haven't you? When he was at his prime like that, a man like that coming after you, like a big muscle man with all the, like, your advantage for me at least is that he's slow. Oh look, an advert. Been presented with an advert. So Luke's going to get 0.005p out of me. There he is.
I want my money back. My name's Paul Chuckle, brother of Barry. So yeah, we have ran into a bit of a problem, which I am going to explain to you right now. If you don't laugh, you might cry, but on this channel, we don't cry. So let's wait for a few more people to come in.
Well, it is totally okay to cry if you feel like crying.
Actually happened.
I cry on my channel quite often sometimes. Like I've cried a few times.
Yes, we are officially the Chuckle Brothers. So let more people come in. Hello to Tracy. Firstly, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000 apologies from me and Sean. Piss up in a brewery does spring.
10,000 apologies, so that's about like 2,000 each.
Come in, and then, and then I'm gonna explain what has happened here. Do not worry, fear not. The Bully and Troll Live goes ahead, but it needs to be rescheduled for Sunday. It'll be bigger. It'll be longer. It'll be more powerful. It'll be uncut. Me and Sean, the numbers are going up now, so let's just let more people come in. Hit like, don't hit like. Do we deserve it? Scarlett, hold it right there, right? Sunday, the live will go ahead. Hit that like if we deserve it. If we don't deserve it, is there a thumbs down? Can you press the thumbs down? Yeah, we're an absolute pair of wombats, and like I said, If we were stuck in a brewery, like, there's no way that we'd be able to come out pissed. There's not a chance. We've now discovered that. When a few more people come in, I'll explain what's happened. It is funny, right? Now, on a serious note, we've been on the phone and we feel awful that we have to reschedule this. We feel embarrassed. Egg is on the chin. I know, what are we like? But Paul and Barry chuckle. That's what we're like. There's egg on the chin.
I think the expression is egg on your face.
Yeah, very shortly I'll explain what has happened.
But there's not really. All you're doing is rescheduling a live stream.
Head on Sunday at 10 o'clock. Scout's honour. 100%. Yeah. No one can troll me and Harsh for this more than me and Harsh, more than me and Sean have trolled ourselves. I mean,
is that what we're doing here? Is this some sort of like convoluted self-own? Like, or is this a way of hyping it up when it's a non-entity still? Like, what is even going on?
Quick run through, well, just a phone call about...
Like, it would have been just completely fine if you'd have just put a community post saying, sorry, it's not happening now, you know, and like made a 30-second video just to say that. I don't think this is necessary. It's all a bit weird.
So we had a phone call today and I was like, right, so this is the kind of the order of things. We'll do it like this. We'll co-host, blah, da, 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 all that kind of stuff. And then we said, why don't we, as professionals, why don't we have a little test run about 8 o'clock, you know, 2 hours before?
Well, that's why I like to do my test runs like 2 days before, but like, yeah.
That was 4. Now, I stream off my mobile phone, okay? I am not at an elite level, yeah? Harsh is
I am.
top tier. So, basically,
Harsh,
what I do, whenever I have guests on...
Harsh is top tier because he's got a computer.
like live link-ups, like Peter Faulding and John Wedger and Larry Barker, people like that. I just send them like a mobile invite. I just send them an invite, and it's just always been on mobile. Harsh's setup is pretty badass, right? I will get there one day. Mark my words. So,
well, it just costs money. You can just afford
I was
to
all set up like this. Harsh was. Yeah, I got your email, Suzanne. I think I got your email. Let me check that afterwards. I think I did. Let me just check that. So, Harsh has got his set up, as you all know. By the way, if anyone is here from Harsh's channel and you subscribe, welcome. And forgive me for this being my introduction to you guys. I know you expected...
Am I really watching this? Are we really watching this? Pick up rain gods. It's like pulling teeth. Exactly. I don't see...
Sean, sadly, we are the Chuckle Brothers now.
Please get to the point.
Feel free to refer to us as that. That is no problem. So,
well,
yeah,
I certainly will refer to you as Luke Chuckle from now on. If you prefer it, Luke, I would.
What happened? So, I sent in the link at 8 o'clock. Sorry, you got to laugh, right? I sent in the link at 8 o'clock, and he sent me a print screen on his phone saying, "Are you streaming on a mobile?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I do." It's like, "Yeah, this is where I am. I'm climbing that ladder." And he's like, "It's not compatible." So I was like, "Right, okay, no problem.
You only have to get a
You
laptop.
get your phone, and we'll just do it like that." Yeah, I've got a bit of a Wi-Fi problem where it won't connect to my phone. He's got a device coming either tomorrow, the next day, or Saturday. So I went and got a laptop from somebody. I got the laptop, brought it in. I sat where I am now. Slowest laptop on earth. I'm sure it was from 1974. And it wouldn't allow me to do it.
They don't have laptops in 1974.
File setup. And so that wouldn't work. Sean tried to do it through his kind of platform, but then it's already been set to mine, and it's too short notice to change it about and all this kind of stuff. Right. Sean was then going to drive out through the sticks to go and pick up an iPad, but unable to do so. We wouldn't have been able to do it until about 1:30, which would be no use for the UK audience, and we have to consider everybody. So we had to just accept that. Welcome to this channel. I'm Luke, and welcome to Break the Ice. So
you do that at the bit at the start.
It got to like 9 o'clock, and we were like, ain't happening, and we've just got to tell the truth here, and just got to like let people know how the Paul and Barry are here. But every cloud has a silver lining. Sunday it is. Every cloud has a silver lining because
you're picking up YouTube views for just talking about nothing now. So you're effectively getting just views for nothing. This is not content.
It's patent proof. It's patent.
This is an announcement that you've already made on a community post.
Right. We now have our own theme song. So here it is. This is mine and Harsh's theme.
If you're going to play Chuckle Vision theme song, it's going to be copyright. Non-copyright clown music. Who's making these decisions?
Copyright strike. Absolutely. I am getting spanked in the morning for that, but whatever, you know.
What, you didn't choose non-copyright clown music?
I'm just here to explain to you how absolutely incompetent that we both are. Now, that is just the way it is. Okay, so Sunday might actually work. Sunday might work better. Hi, Sue, Lindsay. Sunday might work better because
my guess is
there's a large audience from the US that are going to be here, and it would be at 5 o'clock. It'll be 5 o'clock Eastern time in the US. Now that is where I'm in Ireland. 5:10 in the US. So people are just getting home from work. I've subbed here to Break the Ice. Thank you very much for the sub. So people would be just kind of getting home from work now in the US, and they might be scrambling around, and they might be driving home, and people might miss the start. So it could be a blessing in disguise. You know what I mean? These things are meant to test us. I was saying to Sean, I was like, harsh ice or break the reality. Which one works? I said, harsh ice will not be defeated. Now, we've lost this little mini battle, but war will be won. So, Sunday. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, everybody. So, 1,000 apologies again from us both. So, we will be doing the exact live on Sunday.
The end.
Spoken to each other.
The end.
Longer. Okay, we're going to make it longer.
Great, the end.
We're going to do open up another section where we'll get like a kind of our own. It's interactive with you. It's its own section, which wasn't actually pre-planned. For this one, we were just going to do kind of, we'll interact as and when the stream.
You're getting another section now.
Open up a section purely for interaction. So it's going to be better. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be longer. It's going to be.
It's going to be great. Yeah, it seems like it's going really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's every cloud has a silver lining, unless you're from Manchester, where every cloud is full of light drizzle. I said to Sean, I was like, "Can you not do it on 4G?" And he's like, "Luke, I live in the sticks, mate. It ain't gonna work." And I was like, he's like 9, something like. Just very small, short, slow speed on his 4G. Might as well be called 1G. So, yeah.
Good one. Not funny. Didn't laugh.
Square glass water. Square mug, square glass. Right. So it's going to go ahead on Sunday instead. At 10 o'clock. It'll be better for the US audience. People in the UK, it's not going to be after work. Okay, fair enough. Now, what I will say is, whoever wants to stick around for the next 10, 20 minutes, however long I'll be here, is I'll give a quick run through of what we will be, the kind of categories that we will be discussing. So we're going to be doing this interactive kind of section, which is dedicated to
super chats,
ourselves and you communicating through the chat. Now we've got that. So again, every cloud. I'm going to go through some of the sections which we will be speaking about. So if you've got any kind of questions or anything you want to say, then I'll give you the kind of categories and stuff now, and you can kind of prep anything you need to say.
Give me the categories then, please. Just read them quickly so we can finish this.
Yeah, Harsh is great. Harsh's channel's brilliant. I'm glad this is a great link up. It's a great collaboration. It's the best collaboration since Linkin Park and Jay-Z. So what we're going to be doing then is the sections are...
Come on.
About what is a bully. I mean, we all know what a bully is, but there's different people have different kind of opinions and whatnot, definitions on what a bully is. So we will go into that. And then we're going to talk about the mindset of a bully and why they do it. Okay? And there's loads of little subcategories which are ready and waiting for Sunday. But there's about 5 main categories, 6 now because of the interactive bit, and some subcategories. People who've been targeted and the effects that it has. Yeah, everyone, if anything, I know a lot of people are excited about tonight. I mean, no more than myself and Sean. But this gives a chance as well for more. It's the same.
It's interesting. I'm going to write down these categories, and do you think me and Steve could pull together an episode by, I don't know, tomorrow?
Schedule the same link. I've just changed the time. It's the same one. It gives more people a chance to know about it. It gives more people a chance to be there. It's a very, very important subject, and the things that me and Sean have spoken about,
exactly.
This is going to be hard hitting. I know me and Sean have had egg on our chin tonight, but this is going to put more eggs on the chin of the bullies and the trolls.
Eggs on the face.
Some of the things that we're going to talk about, it's going to...
and what bullies and who? Which trolls?
It's going to make the bullies and trolls feel a little bit sheepish.
Who?
Should we say. So, people have been targeted and the effects that it does have. That is going to be spoken about.
But you're not worried about the trolls. They're not affecting you.
We're going to be talking about what people who have been targeted should remember. So things to remember in terms of this is kind of positive takeaways. Just 1 second. Just bear with me. Just checking a light over there. 1 second.
Seems to still be on.
Yeah, don't forget to go nuclear on the like button. We don't deserve them tonight, though. We don't deserve them. But if you want to hit it, smash it. But we don't deserve it. So self-deprecating. What was I saying then?
So listen, he's stated overtly self-deprecating. I think that's a technique to deal with the bullies. If you are self-deprecating, they can't get to you because you've already took the piss out of yourself, yeah?
The Harsh and Break the Ice theme tune. Copyright strike pending. Right, okay. So, what people who have been targeted should remember.
Big ups, Marge. Sometimes they're the same people. Like they're trolling and brown nosing.
Flip it a little bit and understand why it's actually happening. Killing the bully with kindness. Stuff
You're
like
right, rocking around here.
Yeah, this new backdrop is because I live between 2 locations. Backdrop is because this new backdrop is because I live between 2 locations. I am between Wales and Manchester like no one's business for X, Y, and Z reasons. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm sat in a room in Wales now. When you see the garden or the Masonic black and white blinds, because I'm a Freemason, then that's when I'm at. And that's when I
doesn't bother him, the trolls. Obviously, I don't. I'm not here going on about Freemasons, yeah. So that's not aimed at me, is it? But like, I called it earlier because he had the thing on his top that maybe he's doing that to get at them deliberately. The people who said about the thing being Freemasons. This is a level of paranoia that, like. Oh my God. Like, if people say that you're possibly a Freemason in a comment, I don't think you need to mention it on a stream, really. I don't think it needs to be a thing if you're... I mean, what's going on here?
I'm at home.
Big up Salzburg Casbo, the Wellspool Market. We used to go down the Welly Market. Wellspool Market. Don't go down there anymore. There used to be the one at... what was it called as well? There used to be one at... There was the car boot at Long Marston as well, wasn't there? That's it.
But this is my home away from home. So these are just some pretty nice curtains, yeah. Right.
Lovely curtains.
Where was I then?
You're in a room in Wales.
Yeah, how to basically, like, we're going to talk
It's
about...
reference to Peter Faulding, you think? Like, I noticed that people were saying it when I was doing the review. They were like, oh, they're black and white and it's Masons. And like, I was like, whatever. But a lot of people were saying it. But you think he's worried about the Peter Faulding connection and stuff like that then? Like, it's all just a bit of a level of, like, I don't think... Like, I'm glad that I don't live my life worried about whether people think I'm in the Masons. And moving into a YouTube video where I've planned to sort of defend myself from the trolling that I'm in the Masons.
Killing a bully, we're killing a bully with kindness and stuff like that.
Brilliant.
Then a big talking point, a big topic. This is massive. Is the effects on children today with bullying and trolling, with all of the new social media, TikTok, toxic landscape, YouTube, obviously, Snapchat, Instagram, there's loads, isn't there? There's all sorts. So the big effects with children these days, that's, they're the ones that really need protecting, because kind of this has become the norm.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to hide your grievances on YouTube in this section about how bad it is for kids, because you said TikTok, YouTube, obviously, some of the others. Look, let me break this down for you. Look.
Toxic the new social media, TikTok, toxic landscape, YouTube, obviously YouTube, obviously. And we don't have any more on the list because we said TikTok and then we got YouTube, because like TikTok is setting it for the kids and how toxic. YouTube, obviously, we're going to talk about that. And then I've made my point now, so I don't have any more to hand, really. Snapchat,
Instagram. Okay, so we're off with some more now. We thought of some more. But my point is that the point was to sort of state overtly that we're talking about children and TikTok, but to shove YouTube in there as part of it. And that's you. You're the one on YouTube. So you're going to sort of hide behind kids and how bad it is for kids and toxic landscape for kids. And I'm here as well, so I get protected, I guess. But really, I'm protecting the kids while I'm sort of like peeping out and hiding. It's just such a fucking weird move to make, isn't it?
Instagram, there's loads, isn't there? There's all sorts. So the big effects with children these days, that's, they're the ones that really need protecting, because
you are the people that really need to protect them from social media and TikTok by doing a show with another YouTube true crimer who's being accused of basically clickbaiting with endless uploads containing just nothing more than conjecture. So between their trolls and your trolls, you've both got a grievance with the trolls, and you're going to fashion it into a campaign to protect children. So that's good.
It's become the norm. And how to turn bullying and trolling into fuels to become stronger. So, yeah, that is all coming on Sunday. And like I said, it's now going to be longer. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be... we're going to have a new section with the interaction with you guys. So we've added another bit in.
Listen, if Luke's able to turn bullying and trolling into a fuel to become stronger, eventually he'll turn into the Incredible Hulk, won't he? He'll get so strong, he'll bust out of the sky. But really, there should be another section on there with, what if people have a legitimate grievance with you? And like, things are negative towards you on the internet, but it's not bullying and trolling, it's legitimate. Like, what if people have legitimate concerns about your content and the nature of it, your opinions, you know? What about the things you said about Sam Smith? I really want to do this now, like you know, but I'm going to have to let him finish his live stream first. But I want to look at his Sam Smith thing and think, how do people feel if they're on a certain, you know, LGBT spectrum about your videos and how that makes them feel? And do you consider yourself a bully or a troll for doing that?
People from the US can, it's more easily watchable because you'll be at home, chilling on a Sunday. Will you be having what meal do the people in the United States have on a Sunday? What do you have? Do you have meatloaf? And I will do it. What do you have on a Sunday for your Sunday dinner? Is it anything special? Like we do? Like we get the Yorkshire puddings out and the roast beef and the cauliflower cheese and the carrots and whatever, you know, all that kind of jazz. Let me know. Is any Americans in the house? Bully mindset, effects of being a target of bullying, target people watching, remember the effects of children. Yeah, there you go. That is it. That's exactly what Scarlett said. So Sunday's going to be massive.
What did Scarlett say? Who's Scarlett? I missed it because I'm paused, you know. Bully mindset, effects of being a target of bullying. So if you've been bullied, you become a bully. Targeted people, what should remembered. That doesn't make sense. Effects on children being bullying. Topics for Sunday. Oh, they're topics. Targeted people, what should they remember? The effects on children of being bullied. Like they're suggesting more topics.
Sunday is going to be
a bit... He's just like, yeah. At least he's learning now to sort of like, you know, gloss over some things in chat that he doesn't understand or aren't necessary to focus on.
We've got some helplines in there for the bullied and the bullies because, you know, bullies. There's no excusing it, but they obviously have got their own kind of issues. Most of them.
Like, this is the thing again, like we're going to keep saying this, we're going to keep saying bullies are bullies and they've got issues, and we know that Luke's got a problem with the super chuffer, and I just feel there's this subtext, you know, maybe I'm being too sensitive myself, but I haven't seen much of it here, so I can't say that there has been any, you know, poke at me here, but it does make you wonder, doesn't it? I wonder who else is bullying Luke, who's trolling him to, you know, get him into this mindset, because it's not me, but we've done that content, you know,
that they need to address, but some just love to do it.
And I wonder if he's going to discuss the whole aspect of Battery Exhausted and the lol cows and the internet culture and the people with millions of views and the history and the, you know, history of like 10 years of it and, you know, the modern age of it and the podcasts and the fact that Boogie and Wings are on a podcast called the Lol Cow Podcast and they did that boxing match. And, you know, I wonder if he's going to like address any of the actual modern realistic context of the thing that he's actually a little bit bitter about. Like, Chris called him out. Oh, is that it? Is it Chris's Substack? Oh yeah, Chris's Substack has basically been saying that Luke's rubbish as well. You're right, that's true.
Is a deeper rooted issue which they need to go and see to.
So does he think Chris is a bully? Is that what he's saying? Like,
yeah.
He had problems or trolls with people disagreeing with him on his Peter Faulding views. Probably that as well. I don't know about trolls, but people who disagreed. Yeah, I was one of them, I suppose. So.
What about this one? What about this?
That's why I made videos about it.
So, if you're not sure, if you're watching from the States, that's a Chuckle Vision. They are a pair of silly brothers that, you know, again, couldn't organise much between them. They couldn't screw a light bulb in, and that is being harsh now. So yeah, I'm going to stick around for another 10 minutes, just if anyone comes in, and you know, why not? Got nothing better to do, really, to be honest with you. So yeah, we are both really sorry. On a serious note, like it's just one of them things where I stream from my phone, and Sean has his really, you know, big kind of thank you, Jeffro. Thank you for all the new subscribers, by the way.
No, yeah. I literally do have better things to do, so
no, Post, this is not being abandoned. The kind of takeaway here, and stuff, and you know, like things that have like gone wrong on telly and all that kind of stuff. No idea what happened to Nicola Bully. While she was in the Big Brother house, tell us your thoughts on what really happened to Nicola Bully. I have no idea what happened to Nicola Bully. While she was in the Big Brother house with David Guest was ill. Yeah.
Wait. Wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. Is it not my most suggested video here? Yeah.
Can't say a word.
Nothing.
David's dead.
No, it's not.
What?
You can't do that.
What the is that?
What that is a super chuffer for you, mate, and it's 2,000 views 7 months ago. That's what that is. Don't tell me you didn't watch it. You total chuffer. Because you admitted you were watching the super chuffer back then. You admitted you were watching him since he was, what, 1,000 subs? We had such a great time. Funniest react, brilliant time. It's on the channel there. What is this?
Now, while she was in there, on Big Brother, yeah, for about, yeah, I believe that Sean, he has problems with his Wi-Fi. He's always dropping his screen. So, you know, no one is perfect. I think that is the kind of takeaway here. We're all learning, we're all human, we're all making mistakes, but you got to learn from them, and you pick yourself up. If you fall down 7 times, get up 8.
Why does he keep blaming Sean and his Wi-Fi? It's such a narcissistic thing to do. It's your fault for not having a proper streaming setup. Sean's got a proper streaming setup, and if I want to have him on the show right now, he can jump on my show right now. I'll send him a link. You can't do that because you're just doing it off your phone, right? No offense, but go and sort your shit out before you want to do a proper interview and, you know, put all the things out there and say you're doing all this, and, like, you know, if you can't do it, then shit will get off the pot, isn't it? A little bit. You're going to do it at the weekend when he goes and buys a fucking iPad. Like, you're going to do nothing to fix it, and he's going to go and buy an iPad, yeah, right? And you're going to have a pop at him for his bad internet. But it's you that hasn't been able to do the job. Like, you're the host for your guest, and you'll just be like, can you go and buy an iPad, mate? Like, that's got on my fucking tits now.
So, you know, no one is perfect. I think that is the kind of takeaway here. We're all learning, we're all human, we're all making mistakes, but you got to learn from them, and you pick yourself up. If you fall down 7 times, get up 8 times. So, yeah, Sunday's going to be fantastic. I was thinking before about master plan. I think that is the kind of takeaway here. We're all, he's always dropped, it's written in the stars that this happens on Sunday for whatever reason. Yeah, I believe that Sean, he has problems with his Wi-Fi. He's always dropping his screen. So, you know, no one is perfect. I think that is the kind of takeaway here. The
takeaway here is Sean has problems with his Wi-Fi, and that he keeps dropping his stream. For anyone who's new and has just popped on the stream, oh, we're a couple of both idiots we are. I mean, I obviously do it off my phone, and I sent him a link, and he couldn't get on. And I said, can you not do it with your 4G? And he couldn't get on with his 4G. Sean hasn't got proper internet, so it's his fault. Like, what the fuck? If I was Sean, I'd be a little bit peeved about that, because I would think it's all on you and your inability to just come up to the level of normal streamer. Not elite level. Not, he was like, Sean's on this elite level because he's got a computer. Like, what's going on?
Mistakes, but you got
trolling and bullying is not an uplifting topic. No, this is a personal vendetta that this man has, and he shares with this other guy. The other guy's got his own. Like, I did a fair content analysis earlier, didn't I? I said, right, let's open his most recent video. Let's open this, and he was straight into it. People like hi, this is my second video of the day. People bully me and troll me for saying I'm doing too many videos with not enough substance, but I don't care. I'm going to do more of them. Like, okay, thanks. Like, that's a great look. Like, they've got personal vendettas with people who legitimately have grievances with their quality of their content, and that's all it is.
Learn from them, and you pick yourself up. If you fall down 7 times.
And where do you think, like I tell you, I've got their categories now. Like, where do you think they're going to get the information for these categories? Like, where do you think they're going to get the research from for this? Like, you're going to go on the internet and you're going to Google it, and it's going to be the first 5 websites are going to be what they've looked at, and that's where they've got the information for these categories, and they're going to take it in turns to sort of suck each other off on the internet about bullying. And it's fucking ridiculous. No one actually is even bullying them. No one is even trolling them. Like, do they want it? Like, it's really weird. Like, do they want it? Like, is that what they want? Is this some sort of call to arms for people who bully and troll? Because it seems like you're not even quite properly above the parapet yet to sort of call out, like, internet culture. Like I said, the lolcow culture, we do that on Battery Exhausted, and he's not explicitly gone after it here. And on those list of topics, it wasn't on there. But, like, in a modern conversation about bullying on the internet, maybe it comes into it. You know, where are the grey areas? What is proper critique? What is, you know, like, do you know what I mean? Not everyone is a bully, is it? So I suppose that will be covered in what is a bully. And it will come, the answer will be whatever makes me feel bad. What is a bully? But, like, yeah, it feels like maybe this is an attention seek. Like, and in some way, like, you see some people like Andrew Tate and people like that who will tell you, like, the people that hate me still watch me, so that's good. And, like, for him, that's who's watching in great part in some aspects, people who don't like him. And so maybe for him it is. But for you, Luke, it's not. So I think this is probably some sort of provocation in some way to people to say, you know, like, it's all, like, I'm not bothered about trolls, yeah? So I'm going to do a special episode where the topic is trolls. So who's that going to be for? It's not for your audience, because they're not getting bullied and trolled. It's not for you, you say, because you're not getting bullied and trolled. So who is it really for? And, like, is it for a load of kids who are getting bullied and trolled that they might watch your stuff and this might provide them some solace in the mean streets of YouTube? You know, how many kids are watching your show? You can tell from your demographics. It's very strange as a move. But a move it is. I think it's even in some way inspired by some whispers from Faulding in the background in some way. I think, like I said, this is some effort to mischaracterize what's going on other channels. And who else is even talking about Luke and this whole conversation? It's people who are against Peter Faulding, or, like, want to see the truth outed about Peter Faulding, and it's me. Like, people who bullied Alan, in inverted commas, because he was talking about that in a previous episode that he deleted. So
get up 8 times. So, yeah, Sunday's going to be fantastic. I was thinking before about Masterplan Oasis.
Masterplan.
I was thinking before about, like, TV gaffes and all that kind of stuff.
Masterplan by Oasis. Why was that in your mind? It's an Oasis song about being part of a bigger, wider plan in terms of God and spirituality, and we're all part of the master plan, you know, about going with the flow. But having a master plan is a sort of dastardly villainous thing to be doing, so that's interesting. Were you talking to Peter Faulding?
And, you know, like things that have, like, gone wrong on telly and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if anyone ever remembers, right, from the UK. I don't know how many people in this.
Obviously, we're in my flow now. This has got funny to me now. Like, this has got funny to me now, so I'm enjoying it.
Chat now from the UK. But on Big Brother years ago, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot he was going to do this.
This just came to me before. Right?
What do you mean it just came to you? Like, is this actually happening to me? Am I being gaslit by Luke now? Is he, like, what's he doing and why is he doing this? Like, is he not aware? Like, surely he is aware, because it's the most popular video on Super Chuffer For You. Like, if you've checked out Super Chuffer For You channel, I think it's even the suggested video for non-subscribers. You know, because it's the best one. So I put that up there. Like, I'm pretty sure this was like a highlight of our year. David's Dead, Super Chuffer reviews it in 2023. Like, it's at Super Chuffer in it. It's got the 2,000 views. Most people that like the content have sort of been exposed to this. Like, I might be just egging myself on being the big egg here, but it's weird that you should pick out this exact moment as a stream highlight, which is a highlight from my own stream.
On Big Brother years ago, right? This just came to me before, right? This is one of the greatest moments in television history. So in the Big Brother house, celebrity Big Brother house, was Angie, who was David Bowie's ex-wife, right? And while she was in the Big Brother house, she was in there with David Guest when he was with us. God rest his soul, he's gone now.
God rest him.
Now, while she was in there,
Or maybe just fuck him, I don't know him.
while she was in the Big Brother house, tell us your thoughts on what really happened to Nicola Bully. I have no idea what happened to Nicola Bully.
No.
While she was in the Big Brother house with David Guest was ill. Yeah. David Guest was ill in bed, and he had his face covered with his bedding.
I think it came out a bit funnier when I watched the clips. And why is she reacting like that?
Shh, sit down. Sit down.
Oh my gosh.
Sit down. Stop it. They're all gonna know. You gotta stop.
Okay, I know you just know.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Come on. No, you're playing.
I know you're joking.
Is that her husband or some shit? And then it was explained to me in chat, and I got it, and then it was funnies. And like, we have the whole episode, don't we? And it's funnies. To review into
No, go in the diary room. That's what.
chaotic life. Like,
Are you serious? Okay.
she looks. Give her a look. Then I've seen that look. My nan gave me that look before once or twice. Oh, that look. Yeah. Like, what's going on here? Like, I am baffled. In a way, baffled. Like, is this just a coincidence? I need your read on this in chat as well. Is this just a coincidence that Luke has seen this particular thing that happened years ago and feels to talk about it on this stream, or does he just watch my content and then why is he talking? Can someone tell me what's going on? We need to get back on the Neighbours. I've had requests. I've left that go stale. I'm such an idiot. I start something off and then I just like get like I'm like too many projects. Do you know what I mean? But can someone in chat tell me, like, does this, like, has he just, what's going on?
Right? With his bedding, right? Oh, honestly, you need to go and find this on YouTube. Type in Big Brother David Guest.
Type in David's dead Big Brother and you'll, hang on. Put David's dead. Oh, there's loads of them. I thought, oh no, mine does come up. There's a few, obviously, because it's a classic Big Brother moment, isn't it? But mine still comes up on the list. Big Brother, David, Guest. If you type that, no, it does come up. My video is still going to come up. I mean, maybe it's because I searched and it's my video and I've already watched a bit of it that it comes up. But hopefully that will come up. Big Brother David's dead. Like, I hope Luke's driving content to my channel there. Thanks.
Big Brother David's dead. Type that in. It is one of the greatest moments in television history. It is unbelievable. So, I mean, spoiler alert. So if you want to go and watch it, then hop off. But trust, right? So David Guest is lying in bed, ill, covered himself with his duvet. And then Angie got the news that David Bowie had died.
This reminds me of when Alan did ASMR. I was like, does Alan know that I had an ASMR channel that was relatively successful and that he looks stupid and that when he goes and compares his videos to mine, he's going to feel stupid? Because when Luke goes and looks on, if Luke doesn't know that we've done that video, when he now goes and when he types David's dead, David Guest into Google and my video comes up and he goes and watches it, isn't he going to feel funny?
Outside of the house because he was ill. So she's walking around and she doesn't know what to say to people. And she, you know,
I will read the highlighted message. David Guetta would be more pleasing. Big ups and bit audacity.
And she bumps into Tiffany, another housemate. And Tiffany's looking at her. And
I'll read that one. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Is that what's happening here? Because it doesn't feel like I'm being accurately imitated. Feels like he's telling the story of what happened on the video, but like I did the actual video. Do you know what I mean? It looks like I did an actual video and Luke's like a person in a pub saying, oh, I watched a thing on the telly. It was really good. You've got to hear this. Right, at the start, there was this man and there was this guy. And like, you're thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, fuck up. Like, if I want to watch something on the telly, I'll watch it on the telly. I don't want to have someone tell me about something they saw on the telly. That's the absolute worst.
You know You know, don't you, Tiffany? You know. You can sense it. You can feel it. She's like, yeah. And she goes, what's happened? Bear in mind, David Guest is ill in bed. Right. So, is it, what's her name again? I forgot her name. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Tiffany said, so what's happened? And Angie goes,
Hang on.
Her name, hold on a minute. Hold on. Tiffany.
He's checking on the phone, isn't he? He's got it written on something. Like he's reading from something, yeah? So this, I'm actually saying now, I'm retracting this. I don't think he's watched our content, maybe. I mean, I know he's watched Super Chuffer. He said that he was watching since 1,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure he sent me something. We played it on a stream and I suggested he should start a channel. I'm pretty sure that goes all the way back to there. And he made those comments and pops about the Alan stuff. So, like, we know about all that, right? And like, deleting it and pretending to not know me when I was in the chat, blocking me and all that. We know, we've been there, yeah? But this one... Did he watch Super Chuffer for You or not? Or has he just gone on like, you know, tonight's going to be a disaster and I happen to be searching for TV's greatest disasters and this came up on a thing and I'm going to read it out to you off the internet? Like what is this? What is this? Is it a desperate ploy for, I've got to find something to say during the live stream, so I'm going to go with this? Or like, because the live stream didn't even have to exist, bear in mind.
Tiffany said, so what's happened? And Angie goes, David's dead. And Tiffany has a full-on meltdown, a breakdown. Angie's on about David Bowie. So when she says David's dead, she's just thinking, well, of course I'm on about David Bowie. Angie thinks that David Guest has died. So she's having this meltdown, this big breakdown, she's going crazy, and she's screaming, and Angie can't understand the reaction because she, you know, she's like, all right, okay, it's my ex-husband. You're the one that's like crying her eyes out here, and it's my ex-husband. So then Tiffany goes, when? And Angie goes, just now. Like that, just now. And then she said, I got told in the diary room. Tiffany's running around screaming, and then Angie's going, you can't tell anybody. And then she's hyperventilating, and she's...
It was 8 years ago today when it happened, was it? On Shannon Watts' birthday. Bizarre. Bizarre. Is that where he's got it from? Like, maybe I'm overstating my importance to him. Mum's got a bread maker. Why is he doing this? I've got a question. Why is he doing it at all?
I've got to tell someone. She runs out to the housemates and goes, David's dead. David Guest is dead. Like this.
She doesn't...
And everyone's like, what? And then the housemates go, he's in bed. He's in bed now. Camera cuts to David Guest lying in bed. And it's just the perfect timing. He's under that cover. He's out of the way. He's actually ill. So for him to pass away, it kind of computes because he was really ill. And then they all start turning on Angie, going like, why have you said David Guest is dead? She's like, I didn't say that. My husband, David Bowie. And then Tiffany goes, you said David Guest. She didn't. Oh, honestly. So I was just thinking about gaffes and goofs and things that have gone wrong on TV and all that kind of stuff. Wonder if I get that strike.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I tell you, quite often I'm doing these reacts on stream, and you know, it was questioned in chat, and we thought, and we'd have a look, and then I'm not sure how I'm going to cut this and edit this for YouTube or anything. Like, you know, when I say edit, I mean which part of the stream I'm going to cut and put up on YouTube. But I'm now sort of having some sort of out of body experience where I'm just thinking, what is even going on in my life? Why am I sat here in front of this machine with these screens and this man talking this shit? Like, what are we all doing here watching it? Is it not time to literally just unplug it all and reset it all Like, what is going on? You haven't missed it all. Apparently he's going to carry on talking for another 10 minutes.
Walking the tightrope, aren't I? Pardon the pun. Type in carnival music. That is how you'll find it. I could not give two monkeys if I get a copyright strike on this. This is just about giving the message to you guys.
Are you stupid? Are you stupid? If you get a copyright strike on this, then you could be in line for not being able to stream for like 12 days, 60 days. If you played copyright music live in your stream on YouTube and you got hit with a strike live, you wouldn't be able to do your fucking big stream on Sunday. Like, he is literally this stupid, isn't he? I don't care if I get a copyright strike on a live stream with an upcoming important live stream that I'm promising is going to be good on a Sunday. And like, you could get a copyright strike today and YouTube could say, oh, you know, only one copyright strike, but a serious one. You have to go in copyright school. You know, you're allowed to stream, but not for another 12 days after copyright. And you might, what? You want to check the terms and conditions, you fool.
People there. Anyone that's just come in. Again, 1,000 apologies. There's been a technical...
He says about the copyright nearly every stream now. Okay, well, that makes me think then. What's happened is, behind the scenes, someone has found something in his streams. Like, I'm not doing this. I will categorically state this. I am not. There's no time in my day to do any sort of malicious, like, behind-the-scenes activity to someone like Luke, yeah? But trolls gun troll... And if he's going on about trolls, maybe someone has found something in one of his streams that's copyright. So maybe they've copyright struck him. Maybe he's been hit with a copyright strike. Or maybe, like, not trolls. Maybe just legitimately he's been hit with a copyright strike. And he thinks, like, maybe it's just legit and he thinks the trolls have done it or something. But in some way, he's, like, saying to people, I don't care. Copyright strike me more. I'm impervious. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking pathetic. If that's what's going on, and if that is that might not be what's going on, but, you know, you've seen the levels we're operating on here. What the fuck?
Issue between me and Harsh. And we have sorted it, but we can't go live until Sunday. The phone doesn't arrive until tomorrow or the next day or Saturday, so we can't arrange it for Saturday in case it's not here.
Wait, is it possible that he's got a copyright strike and he can't go live till Sunday? Do you know what I mean? Is it possible that it's that? And he's using the phone as a blag? I don't know.
So Sunday is, I'm still going live on Friday regards
No, it's a bit strange that Harsh is going to buy a brand new phone in order to go live with Luke.
to my thoughts on Peter Faulding, my personal thoughts, because I've seen so many things said, so many lies, so much kind of defamation, so much rubbish. So I'll be going into my personal thoughts, having, you know, knowing Peter Faulding, becoming friends with him.
Oh, don't shout this one out. This is going to be a terrible car crash. Big ups, Kelly. Like, he's what I think Luke's doing. I'll say it again because you just joined. He's like, this is like a page out of the media dark arts playbook from someone like Peter Faulding. He's not going to come on and do a live saying, oh, I don't like what Scott said, I don't like what Blank Faces said, I don't like what people said about me in the comments, I don't like what they said about Peter Faulding, because that's like just being a fucking crybaby bitch, yeah? Instead he's going to be a crybaby bully, where he's going to like create this live that's not overtly pointing fingers at anyone, but it's what you don't say, isn't it? So who are the trolls, Luke? Who is trolling you? Who is doing bad things? And then he's going to hide behind, oh, it's bad for kids that they get trolled, and also me. And it's these kids that we're protecting, and also me hiding behind them, and talk about TikTok and Snapchat and YouTube, and TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram and YouTube. And like, you know, he's going to sort of point like waves, create waves of ill will against like phantom menace, which in people's audience, in the audience's mind, it's like you put 1 and 2 and then you give them that and they go, oh wait, look, it's 2, and you give them another one and they go, oh, it's 4, like creating these phantom menaces. And those ideas will crystallize around those that critique Luke, you know, who's out there with their heads above the parapet critiquing Peter Faulding. Like, we will become the trolls by merit, and you may be different to me in certain aspects, of course, in your content, but I'm not lumping you in with me and saying, oh, we're going to become, like, I'm saying like we, the general consensus of people who critique this nonsense, are going to become the trolls by merit of being the people that are like, you know, if you're not for me, you're against me, and if you're against me, you must be the trolls. And there's no room in the conversation for what if someone's got a legitimate concern with the way I've been behaving? What if someone's got a legitimate concern with the things I've been saying? What if someone's got a legitimate concern with the things I've been broadcasting? Like, there's no room for taking on any criticism here. You're either with us or you're a troll. And like, it's pathetic, and it's a move on a man's channel that is supposed to be trying to get interviews together to become the next Sean Atwood or some shit. Like, what are you even doing this for? I'll tell you what you're doing it for. You and your mate Harsh have both got a bunch of people who legitimately critique you on the internet, and it's making you look stupid. So you'd like to paint those people out as a load of trolls. So you're going to do a special episode where you don't care about trolls at all, but you spend fucking hours talking about trolls, and like, that's going to be a big win for you. But really, the truth is, right? The truth is that what it's going to do is make you look even more of a cry-bully bitch. That's what it's going to do. It's going to make you look really pathetic, and it's the sort of stuff that alerts people who, like, you know, lolcows, you know, people who think that lolcows are people on the internet who react badly to situations and do stupid things. It's going to make you look like that. So this big special event is going to actually, like, pick up the ears of other people around the internet who, like, you know, watch out for idiots making fools of themselves, and they're going to sort of spot you. It's not going to reduce the amount of, like, doing a show called, like, Trolls, we win, you know, I beat the trolls or whatever, is going to make more people want to, like, I'm not trolling people. I don't have sock accounts that goes on accounts saying bad, oh, you're a bad smellist and stuff like that. I'm not doing that, okay? I make my content on YouTube and I do legitimate critique, and he might even think that's trolling, but he said that I was bullying Alan. He literally said, like, he called me out for bullying Alan on one of his live streams that he deleted. And so I'm obviously thinking, you know, sensitive I might be to the idea that he's putting me in that basket, because he already has put me in that basket in the past. He said it to his audience, and now he's deleted it, but they know who he's talking about. So I've not been bullying Alan. I've been critiquing Alan and detracting Alan, and it's been legit. So if he's not prepared to make that delineation and distinction and understand it, then what's going to happen is he's going to put himself up above the parapet to be perceived as a lolcow, like an idiot, a figure of ridicule. And he's going to, like, it's like he's doing something that's going to get him trolled more. And it's like a self-perpetuating circle then, isn't it? Because the more he does it, the more he's going to get trolled, and the more he's going to do it and say he's right because now he's getting trolled. I wouldn't even be surprised if Peter Faulding and his mates don't have some sort of weird decision to make about whether to secretly troll Luke with their fake accounts to make it look like he's getting trolled, to egg him on to do more of this. I mean, I don't know what Peter Faulding's fake accounts are doing anymore, because I've deleted them. And Peter Faulding can say it's a conspiracy and I'm doing defamation. But no, because we've got video of him saying that he's got someone from the police who works behind the scenes to deal with his trolls on social media. So I don't know if that person's doing it all with their own, like, named account on Facebook, or if they're going under fake accounts, because they probably will be going under fake accounts, won't they? That's a normal thing that normal people would assume. So it's not defamation or anything like that. It's a fucking normal thing to think based on what Peter Faulding said. So Peter Faulding has said in public that he's got a friend who's a former policeman who works on his behalf on Twitter to work against the trolls that he's got on Twitter. So Peter Faulding is someone that's already stated that he's got an ex-policeman working on Twitter against trolls. Yeah, whatever that means. Now you're doing a special episode about trolls. I wonder where you're going to get your information from. Maybe you're just going to Google it and it's going to be the first thing. Or maybe you could ask your friend Peter Faulding, because he's got a special friend that's from the police and he's working on his behalf on Twitter to deal with trolls. So, you know, it's that sort of stuff, isn't it? Like, there's so many problems here. There's so many problems.
So I'll be doing that live on Friday. That goes ahead. Like, everything goes ahead. So yeah, check that out on Friday on the channel. And then me and Harsh will be here on Sunday for the big bully and troll live, which will be bigger, longer, better and uncut. Now, for anybody that, I mean, I'm sure most of you know Harsh. If you don't know, then go over to...
Big ups, Colette. I don't mind if you're back on a different name. Like, you know, I can't remember exactly what you got banned for one time, but like, if you do it more, you get banned again. If you don't, you don't. You're all right. Like, big ups.
Harsh, type in Harsh. Harsh Reality on YouTube if you don't know him, and check out his content. Really like regular uploader, really very sound geezer, and subscribe.
Really regular uploader to the point where it makes people irate and they troll him over it.
Channel. Go in and subscribe to his channel if you, like I said, if you're not aware of it. Thank you, Donna. You lot are a lovely group.
Oh, big up Unity calling, yeah. Online safety bill, yeah. Obviously, Luke's going to be backing some of the ideas and concepts that he states will somehow line up with the rhetoric of the right wing currently in politics, won't they? Because he is like overtly lining himself with the right wing politics. So there's that, yeah.
Toxic chats elsewhere. Luke's obviously drawn decent folks in. That is what I always say. Always say. Jenny will tell you. Rustic Rachel will tell you. Funky will tell you. Lizzie Bell will tell you. Desi will tell you. You know, the regular people in this chat will tell you. It's a
using other people's names as a status builder for himself. Like, these people are good people, so I'm a good people because they're on my team. They're in my, like, using other people's, you know, that's what these people will tell you. Well, they might tell you that, but I wouldn't tell you what they would tell you. Like, not in this way. That's a, like, bit of a thing.
I don't like saying community, but I've said it. It's a nice community here. The people in the chat, the people that subscribe to the channel are all of a kind of a like-minded. Suzanne as well, a member. You know what it's like here.
Bearing in mind, he doesn't feel he's like-minded to them because they're normal people who live normal lives and might go on holiday once a year. And he's already overtly stated he wants much, much more than that, and it's not good enough for him. And he's on the Andrew Tate top G diet. So, like, it's a bit of a strange thing for him to be, you know, pandering to people like this.
It's always full of positivity, and that's just the way it is over here. This channel doesn't... Yeah, come on.
You're rocking around, Luke.
Over here. Yeah, come over. He's a genuine great guy's heart, like Luke, down to earth. Thank you very much, Lorna. Yeah, I consider myself very down to earth and very, very real. That's what I noticed about Sean on his channel as well. That's why we decided to kind of link up, quite like-minded. There's channels out there, unnamed. They'll never get named. I only name positive, good channels on here. There's channels that just like to beat people up.
Well, you've obviously named me and my channel before, but now you've deleted it.
And stomp on people and troll people, bully people.
Who's he talking about? He mentioned it's specific channels, but he won't name them. So who's he talking about? Am I being too sensitive here? Because I feel like he might be trying to set me up like battery exhausted is that, but that's not what battery exhausted is. But
this is what the whole video with Harsh is all about. Do you know what I mean? And people just like to tear people down. And, you know, it can cause real problems. It can cause real issues and real mental health problems and anxiety, depression, and, you know, even worse. So none of that here, only positive stuff. And it baffles me that other channels like bash other people. And this is what we're going to be talking about. Why do they do it? It's not just channels. It's real life.
You see, there we go. It's not just channels. It's real life. It's kids. It's in the playground. What it really is about, Luke, isn't it? Is it's about someone's been bashing you on their channel, haven't they, Luke? Bashing. Oh, bashing you. Bashing. Oh, Luke's been getting a bashing. Has Luke been getting a bashing? Has Luke been bashed up? Has he been getting a bashing on the internet? Or did we do Luke likes Andrew Tate? Luke stands by cash for questions. Questions not for cash with Luke. There's 2 members episodes, so he doesn't have to watch those. Has he been getting a bashing here? Or is it on Super Chuffer? Super Chuffer, a wonderful Christmas time. Where recently a certain Peter Faulding and his Q&A was the subject of attention a month ago. Is that where you got your bashing, Luke? Is that where it was? Because it seems to me like you've got personal reasons to make a YouTube video that's personally motivated to sort of deal with the bashing that you feel you're getting. But you're going to dress it up as a noble act that's there to protect people from these horrible internet bullies so you can protect children, and that you yourself really don't have any sort of insecurities and inferiority complexes going on under there. It's pathetic. I'm glad we got to the core of it here through your accidental admission that it was about other channels that you're not going to name that have been bashing you on YouTube.
Bullies. You know, so it is channels. It's real life bullies. It's the ones that write. It's the people that come with user 5742YX, blah, 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 writing disgusting comments. It's the people that write, like, blogs. It's people that go on Twitter and, like, talk rubbish and make lies up, and it's the whole...
He said it's the people that write blogs. It's the people that go on Twitter and make lies up. So you're talking about Chris's Substack now. It's Chris's Substack now. Chris's Substack said that you were a bit shit, didn't he? Like, he basically said that you were a pathetic nothing who could fade back into obscurity once Peter Faulding has finished with you, to paraphrase. So is that your problem now? I'm glad that this happened and you were able to fully explain your motivation for what's really about to come. Am I being offered a worm on a hook here for me to bite? This is a question I have to ask as well, and I have to ask you in chat. Am I being offered a worm on a hook? Something to react to that piques my attention, that really is a nothing burger, that could cause me to speak and look bad and turn me into the bully. Will I be painted out to be the ogre? Am I the folk panic or moral panic of the day? I don't think so. I think people are a bit sharper than that. Although I am kind of surprised the amount of people who allow Luke in their chat, who chat in Luke's chat, who go to his channel and behave like it's just, oh, Luke's a nice guy and he's just doing stuff on the internet, and so is everyone, and just nice people getting along on the internet, when Luke is the one that's got the worst, most strange set of agendas. I've never seen a YouTuber come on and start with a weird set of agendas like Luke has. You get political YouTubers and you get YouTubers who have got really strong opinions about stuff, but the weird set of agendas and the cloak and dagger manipulation, isn't it? Let's do some videos making Peter Faulding look like a nice guy before I eventually interview him. Let's get on and talk about why Andrew Tate's such a great guy. And let's do interviews with certain people so that they can sit there and talk and I can glom on to whatever they can give me and elevate myself even further, despite having nothing much to offer as a person or personality. That's a weird position to be in as a YouTuber. To have nothing to say and to have very little to offer is a very weird place to be in as a YouTuber, suddenly thrust into the spotlight through your connection with quite a strange and interesting character like Peter Faulding. It's just not where I'm at, and not where all my mates are at, and not where all the normal people are at. It's just a very, very weird and strange position to be in. So doing this weird and strange YouTube that we can see, me, the audience here, transparently see through what Luke's about and what he's doing. We can see through that, how he's being played, how he wants to be played. Remember, it's a case of converging interests. So Peter Faulding can manipulate and puppet Luke because Luke wants to do what Peter Faulding wants him to do. Luke wants to get rich. Luke wants to use other people to leapfrog and to get rich off and from and get into some sort of position. Luke is happy to take the biscuit and get the dog pat on the head, isn't he? It's just very, very slimy, shady, and with the added fricassee of that right-wing politics in lots of different ways, but mainly for me, the Andrew Tate, I'm the most important one, selfish one, me, the misogyny, and all the people that think he's a nice guy and that don't, if you can't see through someone being two-faced to you on the internet, then more fool you, I suppose. But I can, and our people can. Big ups, Admit Audacity. Question, you said. Question, I'll answer a question. My question was not as it was asked. Which question? What? Nor how my Ustinov was asked, as it was a good one. Proving Audacity on the tube is me. What did you ask? I'm not up to watching him apart from Peter Faulding questions. I gave him one of his first questions. When the video showed Peter Faulding in it, they'd changed all the questions to suit themselves on the day. All right, I see what you mean. Got you. Yeah. So he added this whole, I'm glad we recorded those episodes. They're up on my YouTuber's members content. Questions for cash and questions not for cash when he changed his mind. And all the questions that were asked and everything were all recorded in those. And I recorded it all and watched it all. So it was a very strange setup, that was. And so, yeah, if you asked Peter Faulding a question, then it was changed at the last minute. Of course. Would he collaborate with a YouTuber with 1,000 subs? Harsh, yeah. Obviously he thinks that Harsh, he's going to be able to jump on some sort of... he's naive in thinking that because he collaborates with Harsh and Harsh has X amount of subscribers, that X amount will come and watch him and that will subscribe to him, and that you kind of, by collaborating with different people on YouTube, you grow your audience because they will then, their people will watch you. But the truth is, the people that watch Harsh are very unlikely to be interested in what Luke has to offer. And this particular episode won't even interest them. So, like, it's the cult of personality with Harsh is that you can see he's got big numbers. So you think that him plus big numbers equals you can talk about bullying and get loads of views. But I don't agree that's a good combination or formula. But it's naivety from Luke. And again, it's this idea that there's somebody else that can do something and you're going to just glom on. Like, what's Luke offering in this setup? Like, you know, what as a content creator, what value is Luke bringing to the table? Like, he's already shown that he doesn't really bring any. So, like, and the topics he's interested in and the things he wants to bring to the table and platform as interviews and stuff like that. Like, someone who was a guest on Sean Atwood 10 years ago. And, like, it's just very fringe. Like, you could also say, though, right, give this guy a camera, a really good camera, give him a really good laptop, and then send him out to Hollywood and put him in front of, I don't know, like Johnny Depp or someone, and then he's got a Johnny Depp interview. Well done him. And he's got a channel with a Johnny Depp interview, and maybe that's more popular. But ultimately, you set him off on his own doing something, and he's got nothing still, because that was Johnny Depp that was in the interview that was good. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just still is nothing. So the first interview looked better. I think what they did was they paid, or Peter paid a videographer. And I know about this industry and third-party videographers like that. I think that you just send someone in there and they turn up, like, you know, and they say, right, what are we shooting today? Like, I don't think Luke has the capacity or the facility. I think Peter knows people who have this facility, but I don't think Luke does have the capacity or facility to set up those cameras. The people who set it up blew out the background, but they were forced with the decision, I suppose. But set up the cameras, get all the shots, line it all up. If you're recording the audio separately, get the audio recorded, then layering it up in the edit, and then doing the edit. I don't think Luke's got that capacity. So I think somebody else did that, basically. And I think Peter had, like, final say on what was put in and out. And it's simply the act of, like, you know, having someone you know that makes video. I do those jobs. I'll show you a very quick. So I know what I'm talking about here. I know how these things are produced, because, like, you know, I've done loads of these sort of things myself.
People whispering to each other. Why is that woman tapping on that box? Why is he rubbing a paintbrush over a white canvas? You know, what are these people into?
ASMR is a lovely, relaxing feeling that you get often in the top of your head.
It's completely mysterious. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get a hold on it for years and years.
So I know about what's going on here. Yeah. I don't think Luke does. So I think someone else did that for them. Do you think we'll ever hear any news on the image before February? No, I think Peter Faulding's image is not evidence. I think it's been checked by people and it's not good evidence. So I think as much as he can cry and complain about his computer software or whatever, like, I think that's his last minute get out of jail free card to stop he was being thrown under the bus, but he was falling under the bus. He'd made his own mistakes, and then he's going to turn it all back, and this is going to be his thing. And lo and behold, you know what? He found that when he was poring over the footage in a position where he was desperately trying to find something to clear his name. Yeah? Desperately trying to find something to make himself look good, because at that moment when he was poring over that footage, he was looking really fucking bad and he knew it. And isn't it lucky for Peter Faulding? It's like you're saying, like the Peter Faulding and the poker analogy. Like, I like that as well. You know, you got to know when to hold them, know when to Peter Faulding them. Are you going to stick or are you going to Peter Faulding? I'm not bluffing. I'm Peter Faulding. Yeah, like in that analogy, you know, like it's like Peter was bust. Like he was bust, and somehow before he put his cards on the table, he was able to, like, he's in a position where everything, like, the other players have put their cards down, he's losing, the cards have come out, the chips have moved, he's losing, and it's somehow he's like, I need an ace, and on the very last card, on the very last turn, even though statistically it's very improbable, the ace comes out, and he's won because he's got this super ace in his back pocket all of a sudden. And it's almost like he's cheating because he didn't have that ace all the way through the process right until the last minute when he really, 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 really needed it. So, yeah, I think that that's, I don't think that we're going to see substantial evidence from this sonar. I think at some point he might release something to the public that might sort of seek to convince the public, but it won't convince the serious people. They've already had their look and they've been not convinced. And that's why the mainstream media have distanced themselves from him, because it said in the IOPC report, which I still haven't finished, that the police called a press conference after reviewing Peter's evidence. That late at the last minute, he sent them the evidence, didn't he, at the IOPC report? And they said, well, we had to call a last minute press conference to say to the press, behind closed doors this was, Peter's the wrong one, his evidence is rubbish, we've had it checked out, it's rubbish. So then when Peter went to the press and said, hey, I've got this photograph, let's blow the case wide open, they all said, oh, hi, Peter, we were expecting you. Yes, that photograph, it's rubbish. So they don't want to know and they're not interested. And now even his like intermittent media appearances are sort of going down the toilet. So he's had to turn to social media and his own puppets. It's all just gone a bit shit for Peter because he's a bit shit, in my opinion. Not intending to cause him alarm or distress.
Bully mindset. Just so happens we're on YouTube. This is our platform that we speak on.
And the other thing, I think he would have leaked it by now if it was substantial enough to clear him. Like, I think he would have just been like, it would have been so important to him and his character. Like, if I was holding that photo, obviously, I think there's the other angle as well, where he could hold it until Netflix pay for it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, we're doing a documentary on Netflix and we want to pay for that picture. Oh, go on then. Now all my morals go out the window and it's worth 50 grand. Go for it. He might be just holding it so he can publish it in his next book. There is that angle, and if that ever happens, then he is an ethically bereft arsehole. So there's that, isn't it? But so he's caught himself between a rock and a hard place there as well, because if he does publish it, he's an ethically bereft arsehole, and if he doesn't publish it, he's a liar.
And this is where we see them the most, because we're on here quite a bit, but it stretches much, much further than YouTube. And to be honest, one of the segments, this light is just, I feel like it was going to fall, but it's not. It's fine.
You're right.
One of the segments that needs to be spoken about is the whole how like social media and social media trolling and bullying is how it's affecting children these days, and like how it's become quite normal. Because when we were younger, like if you're of like a certain age, like over 30 or whatever, we were at school. If you encountered bullying, you go home and you don't have to take it home with you because you don't have social media. It just happens at school. You have an escape. Kids now, they don't have that. It's awful. It's really bad. And I'll tell you what the worst is, and I don't let my kid have this, and not a chance. TikTok. I mean, I used to put little clips of my YouTube videos on there because it can get loads of views, and I'd link to my YouTube channel. And then I realised how toxic it was, and I was like, nah, not for me. That is just, it's like it's people of that platform. It's like it's only meant for people to be disgusting to each other.
Alan's on there.
So I quickly saw, like, I don't want any of my clips going on there. It is grim. So I say to my kid, like, you ain't having TikTok. You are not having TikTok, no way. And even when she gets to the age that you've got to be 13, I'm still going to be, when she's 13, I'm still going to be like saying, hopefully
when she's 13, TikTok might not be the most prominent social media.
By the time she's 13, it'll kind of, TikTok will have come and gone. I'm going to read a few comments. Someday I'll be setting notifications that's live. These things happen, and at least you're explaining yourselves and a funny scenario that is. Looking forward to it. You're from Middlesbrough, big up the northeast.
Yeah, exactly, Marge. Right. Unless they are professionals, they can only speak subjectively, or unless they've just gone on YouTube and found some information to relay. They don't really have much to offer in this field. But that's the point, isn't it? It is about their subjective feelings. That's why they're doing this live, is because they both feel aggravated by trolls. So unable to express themselves or accept it and let it go, they've decided to do a big live stream session.
Never make it all about you. You're a great advocate for others, which is why.
Or even unable to deal with the discourse head on with the actual, like the things that we're saying, like the critique that I'm making of him, Peter Faulding and that media and all that. Like that's legit. Like you could take on the actual critique, like you could debate the issues. But this is a shift. This is another really important point, and it's a shame that it's lost within this big video thing that we do. And it's not like, maybe I should cut this as a very short video, like little moment, like a clip. But what's happening is for Peter Faulding and for Luke, there's legitimate critique coming at them. Legitimate. And what they do is they shift the question. So now we're talking about something that's not what the legitimate critique has not been addressed. Instead, we're talking about trolls and we're talking about something else and that. So it's a defense mechanism in a way as well.
Watch YouTube for, to be honest. Thank you, Donna. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this is also, that's a good little kind of in for kind of a good little cue for what the video is all about on Sunday. It ain't about me and it ain't about Harsh. It's about helping everybody. Some people really struggle with bullying, really struggle with trolls,
and you're such a noble person and a good person that you've decided to do this for everyone else, and it's not for you. Got it.
This is going to be expanded further into just general kind of mental health and anxiety and depression and OCD and...
Brilliant. And you're such a good person to be talking about that, because that other video you've got where you said Andrew Tate said that depression's not real and you can do press-ups if you're depressed. And if you're depressed, why don't you go and get yourself a six-pack and come back to me? And if you've got a six-pack, then you can't be depressed. Like, didn't you say, apart from the if you've got a six-pack, you can't be depressed, you said all that other stuff, didn't you, Luke? So you're not the best person to be talking about this.
All these kind of different disorders, and if you do have, can I just say I enjoy, what was that? Can I just say I enjoy listening to you and you're nice to look at also? Oh, stop it, Emma. Stop that. Well, thank you.
I'll tell you something else as well, right, is appealing to the vulnerable. When I used to do the ASMR, I noticed there were a lot of people coming to me with, like, I've got anxiety, I've got depression. No, because the ASMR content was like, helping them with that. So I made it a priority to address those sort of issues, make videos talking about them. Ended up doing Mental Health Monday as a big series, and was aware that those members of the audience, even if it wasn't the entire audience all the time, I wasn't always addressing anxious people, it makes a proportion of the audience. Other people, like Alan Vinicum, for example, are aware when they're dealing with vulnerable people, and they see it as an opportunity to predate upon them, in my opinion. And so doing special lives that are all about gathering vulnerable people together is also a questionable look.
Very much, I appreciate it. If you if you have kind of any of these disorders and then you do get bullied or you get targeted, like, imagine the impact that's going to have. There's a comment in a video that I did yesterday. I'm not going to say it now because it is a very important message. And a very
big up Unity calling. I have a memory like a computer, thanks. Although I don't know what I forget. Like, do you know what I mean? We've been playing those games earlier where I'm going through the corridors and I've not been able to find my way out of that one place. I did that one game. I got the one game, but memory's great because you're not aware of what you can't remember, are you? So, like, maybe I don't.
Comment which needs to be brought up on Sunday with me and Sean. And there's going to be a disclaimer for this message that I got yesterday in a video. 10 seconds to get out of the video or mute it or whatever for the message I got to...
This was interesting, so I did catch this. Like I said, I tuned into a little bit of his yesterday's stream talking about the fact that he's going to be doing the stream. And he got a message saying that someone knew someone, hearsay, objection hearsay, whose friend's daughter, who was like a young child, had killed himself because of TikTok. And it's a horrible, harsh thing. I don't want to talk about it too heavily on the internet now. It might not even have happened because it's an unverifiable thing that someone said in a comment. But
for the message I got, there's going to be a disclaimer because it's quite
Of course, it might really have happened, so I don't mean to be harsh to anyone, but I've got no way of verifying what somebody said somebody else said in a comment.
But it is something which is going to be very hard.
But Luke's going to use it as if it's pure fact without verifying any of the facts behind the scenes. Or maybe he's going to go behind the scenes and verify all the facts, now that he's heard me say this. But he should be very careful to do so, because certain very sensitive topics shouldn't be just messed around with and objection hearsay thrown in for just random, that's hard hitting.
Hitting to bullies and trolls, and they need to hear this message that I got yesterday.
Yeah, because if an 11-year-old girl murdered herself, then I shouldn't make videos about you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, they need to hear it because it might give them a bit of a wake-up call to the damage and effects that bullying and trolling can have on people. At the end of the day, we're all just people. Like, think about the world at the moment. Like, it's hard to buy anything. Gas, electricity is ridiculous. Food prices are disgraceful. Running a car, running a home, choosing between food and electric and gas. Relationships and the whole kind of like social media and how the world is now, and people kind of live through this kind of social media filter. There's no real social interaction anymore.
There is real social interaction.
And it's hard. It's a hard time to be alive. It is. So
what's that got to do with anything?
You don't need all of the crap that people can get from bullies and trolls. It just doesn't add.
Come on.
You know, it's cliche, innit? But just be nice. Just be nice to each other. Is that hard? It's a hard thing to do.
Slick Willy D, are you a member on Battery Exhausted? Because if I intend to upload this as members content to Battery Exhausted, which I do, because this is not prime time Battery Exhausted stuff, but it needs to be logged and recorded, and we've had a bit of a laugh along the way, and it's been kind of weird. So I'm probably planning to put this as Battery Exhausted members. So if I do, then I make the streams subscribers only. Either you are a subscriber here on Twitch, so you can see it later. It'll be subscribers only, and if you remember, you'll see it. But eventually these streams will just auto delete, so it's not a full saved system here. It's only if I choose to upload it, and then when I do choose to upload it, obviously I don't want everyone watching it over here on Twitch. I'd rather they watched it on YouTube. So it will be on members content on YouTube, and also as a subscriber you can watch the previous streams until they auto delete. But yeah,
people it is, and some people just love to bully. Some people just love to berate. Some people just love to stomp on people. But yes, it will be being called out by the Chuckle Brothers on Sunday.
Well, will it though? Are you actually going to call it out? Because like at the moment you've pussyfooted around it and you haven't named anyone, shamed anyone, pointed out any particular behaviour. Do you know what I mean? Like, are you going to end up getting clips of any streamers, or are you going to get some examples of some stuff that's gone on? Like, you said that we were going to give the worst examples of what can happen. Like, you're going to reference people like Etiquette and what happened with Keemstar. Like, you know, are you going to go there with that? Do you know about that? It just seems a bit like, you know, a bit, yeah, doesn't it? Here we go, this again.
Oh, some of these comments, you're making me blush. He is handsome. Shame he's too far from Middlesbrough. Hey, not too far. Manchester. Not too far away. Funky, my main G. You were bullied at school. Well, Funky, my boy. Get in the chat on Sunday, and when we do the interactive bit, then say what you need to say. We're going to give chances for people, as much as we can. I don't know how many people will be in. I think there'll be a lot of people. So we'll do our best to interact and chat with as many people as we possibly can. Anyone that's
He doesn't have any American watchers. No one knows who the Chuckle Brothers are.
joined.
It's a fucking weird theme for a stream.
Technical issues tonight. Blah blah blah. We couldn't sync our devices together. That's just what's happened. But Sunday it's all sorted, and yeah, the boys will be back in town, and it's going to be a much bigger, better live video with another added section where we will be speaking.
The Filipino fans, yeah, the ones that Peter Faulding paid to watch.
You know, directly to you guys, and you can say your bits. Yeah, I'm going to
allegedly
shortly get off, and I want to thank all of my regular viewers, my subscribers that go back for months and months and months, the regulars, you all know who you are. The members that are here, you're all appreciated, and people that have come over from Sean's channel, Harsh, thank you.
This is giving me brain damage.
As well, really appreciate you. Again, if you've not checked out Sean's channel, go and check it out. He's uploading all the time. He's got a great way about him. We're quite, I think our styles are quite different. I'm quite ADHD head, fast talking, talk forever. Sean's more of your calm, slow talking, quite tranquil. So I think that's how we can work really well together as like a duo. We don't entertain the trolls. We kind of laugh at them, you know, and pity them. Yeah, go and check his channel out. So that's why it's a good collaboration, because we're quite like-minded regards to this particular subject. And if we can kind of pass on, you know, a little bit of how we deal with it for anyone that struggles, then, you know, win-win. And if some of the bullies and trolls can maybe learn something, and do you know what, right? If there's a troll and a bully on this live, very likely, and they learn the damages that it does, and they change their ways.
But you've just said, right, so if there's a bully or a troll on the live, do you mean someone who just generally bullies other people and they happen to be watching your live? Or do you mean someone that has trolled you or whatever? Because you've said that it fuels you and makes you stronger, and that it doesn't matter and you don't mind and it's fine. So if there is a bully or a troll, wouldn't they be encouraged to do it more because you like it and it makes you stronger? Isn't that the sort of... I'm just trying to follow, but you haven't really done the whole episode yet, so maybe I've got that wrong. Or are they going to feel like really upset because there's an 11-year-old girl that someone said existed in a comment somewhere, that someone's friend said existed in the comment, that... what's happening?
Massive, massive win. And no hard feelings. Because if you can change or apologise or realise what you've done and stop before it goes too far, big up. Respect. Respect. Do you know what I mean? So helping people that have been bullied and trying to help people that bully as well. Greetings from the Canadian prairies. Hey, hi.
Oh no. I don't want him to cause listen, this is not to cause Luke alarm or distress. Let's get this very clear, because otherwise, malicious communications. I am not trying to cause Luke alarm or distress. Okay? I might need to wait for Kelly to come back for this one, because it's a bit of a theory that she might think is funny, because it's a joke. It's a joke that I'm going to do. A joke. But he said, if people could find out before the worst happens. So what if, right, this is a joke. This is a joke. Now, these days, you have to make it clear, don't you? You can't just do a joke. You have to tell everyone that it's a joke beforehand, don't you? These days, you have to tell everyone it's a joke, right? Why do my buttons never work the first time I press them? It's a joke. Okay? What if Peter Faulding murders him and makes it look like he did it himself, and then says, the suicide note says, it's because of that bad super chuffer. And like Peter Faulding makes it, like he builds Luke up to this position where he's been on the internet crying about these trolls. And then there's a reason now why Luke might, because he said it overtly on a stream, if people could see the damage it was doing to people. And then you can look back at a stream like this and you can go, oh God, the signs are all there. The signs were all there. That battery exhaust, did a video about him, and Luke said, he did that interview, and he said that, people get very upset about it, and then he's done himself. Like, what if Luke knows too much and Luke needs to go? Now we've got it set up where Peter Faulding can get rid of him, and it'll look like he wanted to do it all along. So that's a good joke. It doesn't have like a direct punchline. It wasn't like a build-up, set-up, and a punchline, but it's a joke.
Harsh is not in the house, but I will get that over to him. I would live stream it, but we obviously cannot do that. In fact, you have been copyright struck. Your channel is going down. I think you can get away with like 10 seconds, I think, something like that.
I don't know. Why don't you play with the system before your massive live stream event?
Well, I'll find out after the video, won't I? Yeah, I'm going to go at 45 minutes. So Sunday, 10 o'clock.
The worry, Luke, is, if, he probably listens to this shit, so, it's another view for me, but no, he probably listens to this shit. So Luke, I will give you this one for free. If you're live streaming and you're on YouTube and you get hit with strikes while you are live streaming, certain companies hit you afterwards as the video processes, and it's a music thing and it means nothing. But you don't know which of those companies. And recently for me, it was Easy by Faith No More. That was, out of all the songs that were on a stream that once, Easy by Faith No More as a video upload, fucking not having it. And if you were to play it by mistake, your stream could be struck while you're live, and because it's a live stream strike, because it's like a, what they might call, like whatever it was, like we did it with Eurovision, we had it with Eurovision, so it was innocuous, a bit of a Eurovision, but normally it would be innocuous, but we were live streaming and it accidentally went on to be a thing. It's happened to me, so this one's for free. Is you could get a live copyright strike while you're streaming, and it could mean that even though you're okay and you can walk through it and your channel goes on, you're not allowed to live stream for a certain amount of time. It might be 12 days, you might do copyright school, or it might be 90 days or something longer. So you do want to be careful if you've got a big stream coming up, not to tinker with the copyright system as you are doing.
The same video, but longer. Yeah, same video, but longer, more
Did he say big ups? I didn't notice him say big ups. Big ups is a detractor thing. I mean, obviously, Brian Harvey told me to big up myself. Do you remember? Because big up yourself is something that we used to say in the 90s. Big up yourself. Like, so that's my colloquial language when I was growing up. But I noticed that people, like, it was like garage music. We used to say it in garage music. But I noticed that in the detractor community, when I was starting out listening and watching to those videos, they were saying it there. And on that being said, so it just slipped into my lexicon as well, big ups. So I say it a lot as well. But, maybe he was. I didn't notice.
Added more interaction. We're going to make it just better. Harsh meets break the ice extreme.
I do notice that when he's in his conservatory, he's very cold, so his name is quite apt.
Same. And then you know what? Going forward, I think we'll do other videos together as well.
Good, that'd be good.
Hard-hitting issues, about things that matter, about things that are important, and
harsh the
trying
ice.
to do good for the world.
Break the harsh.
Yeah, in a world full of, you know, grimness, let's try and bring a bit of niceness to it. So I think I've covered everything, guys. Again, apologies from me, apologies from Sean, but Sunday is happening. Different backdrop. I'll be back at home, and yeah, same video, but better. Different day. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to the regular viewers. Friday's still happening, yeah. Ahead, by the way. That's not live. That's going to be a pre-recorded. Yeah, that still goes ahead. I'm interviewing a actor tomorrow who played Liam Gallagher in Shameless, by the way. That's not live. That's going to be a pre-recorded.
Great.
Sunday or Tuesday. Sometimes it's like an Amazon gift voucher. Sometimes 1,000 apologies and 1,000 thank you. As always, peace out.
That was fucking unbearable. I do want to know if Harsh said anything himself about
hello
it.
there, how is everyone? I hope you are all well.
Shut up. 8 hours ago, the fact that, you know, live stream 23 hours ago. No, he hasn't. Has he done a community post? We messed up. He has. He's done one. We couldn't. It says this is Harsh's community post. We messed up. Okay, don't laugh. It would appear that between Luke and myself, break the ice, we couldn't arrange a piss up in a brewery. We tried to do a test run of Tonight Live and very quickly realised that Luke runs a mobile setup via the native YouTube streaming software, and well, I don't. And ... Well, I don't. His system won't allow me to join unless I'm on mobile, and sadly, I simply don't have everything I need to run a mobile stream at such short notice. That being said, due to the importance of this stream, and ... and the message around bullying, we will not be abandoning the collaboration. The live will now take place on Sunday over on Luke's channel. I've ordered the hardware I need, which is basically a different microphone setup for the iPhone 15 Pro. That's dedication to the cause. What? I thought Luke said that you couldn't get on with the 4G. You're saying you need a different microphone to make your voice sound good. And again, yeah, they couldn't reverse stream. I still don't understand that, why that wasn't their first thought. Is why don't, like, because Harsh can just run a stream, yeah? So Luke can just say, okay, why don't we just run it on your channel? Or here's my stream key, put it on my channel, let's go. Like, it's just the most basic thing. Like, Luke could have just joined Harsh as a guest. Harsh has got all the setup. Just send him a link on the phone and then you're in. They say things are sent to try us, and we tried everything and failed this evening. Luke will still be going live to explain the debacle. It's like a big saga. All it is we couldn't link up. We'll do it again on Sunday. It's not like a major debacle. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this feels like the Super Bowl got cancelled at last minute and they had to do a public statement and they're going to move the Super Bowl, so don't worry, everything's going to be fine. Like, it's not that. It's just you were going to do a stream and now it's happening on Sunday. So, like, why this big, like, you know, debacle? Hopefully we'll catch you all there on Sunday. Yes, we are idiots. Harsh. There you go. Social commentary channel, reacting to current social and economic issues around the world. It's look, let's be real. You upload 2 videos a day on the Cobinger case. On the Idaho 4. Let's just say that. You upload 2 videos a day on the Idaho 4. With or without anything to say. Thanks.